Good try, Sean.
Are we live, folks?
Now
And we're live!
Oh my gosh, we are live.
Hello and welcome to Blackwater D&D, the show where it's always Christmas. And that's, I hate
Because playing with all of you is the gift that keeps on giving.
So
Don't
gross.
bury
always
yourself
Christmas in
with
the
me.
I'll do what I want, Sean. I'll do
Christmas
what I
name
yourself.
change, go.
want.
Christmas name change?
What do you mean Christmas name change?
Gotta do
a
like a
witty
Christmas
pun based on your name. That is.
Jingle pants. All right.
Okay, that's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
Oh,
That's pretty
no,
good.
I'm not ready to pun on the fly.
Just Christmas letters. You send Christmas letters?
Santa
Yeah.
letters, I
Letters.
guess.
Santa
Letters
isn't
to
bad.
Santa. I don't like
Letters.
it.
Cards, just cards.
That's it. That's
I am gonna write down Jingle Pants for later.
Jingle
in
Pants
case.
is good.
Jingle Pants is great. This is why you thrust this upon us, because you started with the perfect one, and you're like,
Yeah.
everybody, see the
Everyone
bit
else
I'm
fails.
bringing.
Keep up.
Guys,
Good luck,
I-
everybody.
Name
I
change.
don't know how I missed this. It's so easy. Hold on.
Oh. Mm.
I can't
Oh.
spell. I can't spell for the life of me. Holy shit. There you go.
Actually, I got an even deeper. I got
yeah.
a better one.
Christmas?
Tim
Tim
Kringle.
Kringle.
Tim Kringle.
I got a better one.
Tim
My Santa Claus. Head canon. Santa Claus.
Hashtag my Santa Claus.
I'm a Tim Allen Santa Claus till I die.
Ride or
If you're
die,
gonna go
man.
hard for something at Christmas, that's what you should go
I guess
for.
no. What was his name? Oh yeah. I got it.
It was Scott.
Scott Calvin.
Scott Calvin.
Scott Calvin.
Scott Calvin.
Deep cuts out there for my claws heads.
Claus head.
Oh man.
We derailed so fast. I don't know
It
what I
was-
derailed you
it's
from.
gone.
That's how much I derailed.
I mean,
This
it
is the
is
preamble. There are
This is
no
it now.
rails in
There-
the
It's
preamble.
it's our last
Oh,
episode.
I
before
gotta
the
see
end
what
of the year,
chat's
so
suggesting. Hold on.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
You guys have got
If
something.
chat can give me something better than letters for Santa, then I will, I will
Letters.
do it.
Letters for Santa is pretty good.
I've fucked myself with how deeply Gaelic my character's name is.
Finnan? I mean, I
Finnegana.
Finnegana.
Mm.
Fingal bells?
Subordinate clauses, CS Graham.
Bingle bells. I don't know why, but that's gross.
I don't like it.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's gross, but I do know it's gross.
This is not good.
Oh, I don't have any for Neppy. None at all.
Your mom says Griswold Lightkeeper, but I don't know which Lightkeeper that's for.
Noel.
It's Kogan's got to be Krampus. Krampus Lightkeeper.
Krampus like
And Noel, and Noel Lightkeeper.
Krampus
Noel,
and
yeah.
Noel. Yeah, Krampus and Noel Lightkeeper. I like it. It's good. It's good. Yeah. For
What
now.
are all those deer that Santa has? What are they all
Dasher,
called?
Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen.
Vixen,
Reindeer.
Comet, and Cupid, and Donner,
The
and
word you're looking
Blitzen.
for is reindeer.
Rudolph.
No, but
You
their
guys
names.
can
Look, you guys are
name
doing
them
bits
just
and I
off
list
list.
all the names.
Letters Blitzen.
Yeah, I can name them in a list because I sang this song for years.
I'll take letters Blitzwater.
Blitzwater.
You could say, if you said, listen, I found my Christmas name and then told them it was letters Blitzwater, everyone would go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Get it. I feel like I'd get it.
How is that Christmas?
I wouldn't approve of it, but I'd get it.
Oh gosh.
Should we roll that intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Think
Let's
so,
do it.
Scott Calvin.
Blessings. That's the real gift of Christmas.
Oh, we should have done Christmas version. of the song.
When you're stuck in quarantine
During
and
Christmas,
there's nothing on TV.
no Christmas movies.
Bell noises.
Come on down during
Come and
Christmas.
see
Christmas time.
Blackwater D&D.
At Christmas time.
What a gift.
There we go.
Truly the gift that gives
The live sing along is so awful. I love it.
I want that, but just for not holiday ones. I want it. It's March 4th. Then like
Next time.
Oh, what a wild ride. What a
oh
wild
gosh,
intro.
announcements. Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't get
cool.
here alone. People helped us.
People did. Sean, thank you so much for the lovely lead into announcements. Legend Crafts Kickstarter is live and fully funded. They are one of our wonderful sponsors. So they're now keep going on those stretch goals. So you do have 11, 12 more days to get in on the Kickstarter. So please, please, please go back it. They're a fantastic, amazing organization and we love what they do. We have 3 of them somewhere here, buried under wrapping paper. We have many to give away and we'll be giving those away in the new year. And if you enter the code Blackwater at checkout when you're doing the backing, like later on when they're collecting information, you get free art and name customization. And all of the art and designs, I took them, Tim, and I put them somewhere. All of the art is done by our amazing campaign artist, Tiana. Silverwing Armory, paper products for all your RPG paper product needs. And use the code Blackwater at checkout for 10% off. Big thanks as always to Tiana and Keisha. Keisha from Fairy Dragon Dice has made us beautiful, wonderful custom character dice. These ones are the ones she made for Neppy and they're so pretty. If you want custom dice, head on over to her Instagram and you can message her and she will get started on that for you because she's delightful. Also, I don't know if any of you have been creeping Tiana's Instagram, but I know we all have, and we have been seeing small teasers for our level 15 character art, and we are so excited about it. It's amazing. So please head on over to her Instagram, miss._Marston. Over there. Sorry, I've just eaten a blizzard and I'm having a bit of a sugar rush. So I'm having a hard time getting through announcements tonight. So if you want to go support her, and she is doing some commissions in the new year, so head on over and talk to her about that. Also, merchandise. Do you love merch? Because we do.
We love merch, yeah.
We love merch. So
yeah.
go over to our Teespring store and get some Blackwater merch for all of the people that you love. It's a delight. If you wish to support us outside of Twitch subscriptions and stuff like that, and thank you to everyone who does that, we have a coffee that is now open. So you can type !support or !donate in the chat and you can take you over there. We don't have any big projects as of yet, but we will be announcing some in the new year that we will be doing fundraising for. No, Sean, we don't have any time tonight.
I mean, one of those projects ongoing is
No,
10%
it's
of
not.
that coffee.
No,
Those
it's
who
not.
know.
No.
I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it out loud because it's canon and we can't go back on our word. And first $100 raised that way, I will personally match with my own funds.
Okay, so Lore Club, we have a community lore project. Our amazing mod, the New Experience Network, is in the process and has currently set up a beautiful, amazing Google folder that has a bunch of stuff about us. And there are people going through all of our old episodes and putting together some amazingly beautiful things. There are spreadsheets, they're color coded. I'm obsessed with them. So if you want to be a part of this amazing project, type !lore in the chat and it will take you to a Google form so you can sign up and be involved. This is our last episode before we take a little bit of a break. We will be gone next week for the holiday season, but we will be back on Monday, December 28th for Tim and Yanis's fireside chat. So this is talking all things DMing. Pardon me, if you have any questions that you would like them to answer, please make sure that you pop them in the chat today. During tonight's episode, I will remind everyone at the break too, because we will make sure those get passed over for them. There's so many things that I want to hear Tim talk about with what we have streamed so far, and even before that. And there's going to be no Sean, no me, just the two of them. And it's going to be an absolute delight. So please check in for that. And we will be back with our regularly scheduled programming schedule. So I'm going to take this opportunity to announce that on December 30th, which is a full moon, we are bringing back our wonderfully amazing game of Werewolf. And we are titling it Home for the Holidays. Have everyone from Blackwater is coming. We also have some amazing other guests are joining us. GW and Anne from Fabled 42 are coming back. Bam from D&D is joining us. Tiana is coming. Ben from Legendcraft is coming. A whole bunch of our other friends are going to come, and it's going to be a delight. So please come hang out with us on December 30th, and we will be back then on January 2nd for our first campaign back. that's all the announcements I have. Let's play some freaking.
I have one
Oh
announcement.
yes, go ahead, Adam. Go for
I
it.
have one announcement. You might notice that I'm dressed a certain way. I've got tinsel and a hat and a big old glass of nog. This has been a crazy year, guys. This has been unprecedented year. And what that has impacted, unfortunately, is holidays and seeing our family and being able to go home and visit our loved ones. Quite a few of us will be affected by this, and that's such a bummer. So myself, I won't be able to go home for the holidays. There's a 2-week quarantine. I only have 2 weeks off work. It wouldn't really work. So what I thought I'd do on December 25th for actual Christmas was just stream for a little bit. I haven't picked out a time, and I think we'll announce that on Instagram once the time has been picked out. We'll pick out like a nice little time slot.
And our Twitter, we'll announce it there too.
But a couple of us are going to pop by. I'll be there the whole time. I believe one other person will be there the whole time. I just want to confirm. Is that?
I will be.
Yeah. Lennon's going to be there the whole time. We're probably going to be in pajamas. And if you aren't able to get home for the holidays and you want to just chill out and relax and listen to people be silly and talk about things, we're not going to play D&D. We're just going to hang out, eat food, maybe play some video games. I'll figure out how to stream those. That will be exciting. So you can watch me be bad at using my computer live on the internet on Christmas. So you don't have to be alone on Christmas. You can hang out in the gravel pit. You can hang out with us because we really want you there. So please drop by and we'll announce that time soon.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. No.
Because we love you guys. And
Hell yeah.
I think like I know that this is gonna, I know we'll have some streams after we get back for the holidays, but like I know I speak for all of us when I say this for us has been such a wild ride. This is episode 44. Like
Wow.
we never thought that it would turn into this. And this is because of this beautiful game that we play and because of you folks out there. The fact that there are you folks who come and watch us. This is amazing. So big
Everyone's
cheers.
getting little chunks of granite in their stocking
Yes.
this year.
From us.
Because
Yeah,
everyone
and
knows that's the best.
That's the best rock.
That's the
That's
best
the
rock.
best.
It's the most
Alright.
delicious.
And for all the good gravel.
And we love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay.
All
Play
right.
D&D.
For those of you just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater made their way out of the crater where they had defeated Moros Vike as the Crystalborn clan and the Elder clan looked on. They made their exit quickly, taking the heart of Moros Vike, deciding to avoid further interaction with the Frost Giants, who allowed them to leave. They made their way down from the crater, and about halfway there, Finnan decided to consume the heart of Moros
Ugh, so
Vike.
fucking gross.
That doesn't
in
sound right. That doesn't sound
a
like I do.
grisly sight. He managed to get it all down and gain some benefits and some detriments,
And some new friends.
What? No.
as well as a possible new limb, we'll say, growing on his shoulder. Then they made their way down to the shoreline once more, where they found several small ships partially encased in ice, as well as a large elven ship fully encased in ice, as well as various human remains scattered over the shoreline. As they moved to investigate, they came upon 3 dead bodies who remained intact, and as they moved closer, some of the party members succumbed to sleep. As they struggled to get the party out of harm's way before all falling prey to the aura of sleep, but some quick thinking managed to get them out of harm's way and dispatch the bodies. They set up the mansion for the night, deciding to explore in the morning. As the morning came, they sensed no undead in the nearby vicinity and opened a path into the elven ship, discovering behind a trapped and barred door an ancient skeleton curled around a mysterious mandolin. After speaking with the dead body, they found it only communicated in musical notes. Unable to ascertain any information, they took the mandolin and pressed ahead. Finnan used True Sight to find a hidden passage in the cliffside, leading them to a tunnel further into the mountain, where they finally came upon a large open chasm, a bridge, and a stone archway with the words Ceva Aelyria.
In Sylvan, right?
Yes, in Sylvan. And that is where we
Is-
pick up.
Is Ceva Aelyria a name? Is that the name of this place, do we think? Or is that a different like
No, is it
in
just
Sylvan,
someone
it
really
translates to-
Italian saying "Save Aelyria"?
Ceva Aelyria.
Ceva
Who
Aelyria.
who speaks Sylvan?
I do.
Callie.
And
Yes.
Finnan.
So Callie and Finnan, you would know that the word Seva roughly translates to new.
No.
Sick.
This
I'm
is
gonna
it.
check for traps. I don't trust this bridge.
Guidance.
Resistance also,
I'm not gonna cross the bridge, but I'm gonna take
Just
a
in
good
case.
look at it.
just in case.
You just looking, or are you like investigating?
I'm investigating it, but not stepping onto it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cross that bridge, Tim. Not until I've had a
until you
good
get to it.
peek-a-roo.
Until we're not gonna cross the bridge.
28.
28. Okay. You kind of take a look, and as you realize, as you're kind of like, you start to sort of feel the sides, you realize that there is a partial illusion over this. The bridge itself is there, but it's quite a bit narrower than the visual of this bridge presents.
How long did it take us to get through the wall?
A while, because it was like that, and then you were down kind
Oh.
of through a tunnel for a while. It was a few hours.
Okay.
And then, so you like, as you kind of feel along the boards, you realize that there is a kind of a single plank that runs down the middle. And whereas it looks like it's like multi-planked, it is in fact kind of a narrow pathway across this bridge. And the bridge itself, the whole thing probably spans about 100 feet. And there is kind of two thin ropes on either side. And again, the sides look a bit more sturdy than they actually are. They're just sort of thin ropes. You can feel, as you sort of feel out through the illusion.
I point this out to everybody. And feel like this is a pretty easy illusion to figure out. This, I think, feels more like a defensive bridge because this forces people to come over single file. So there's a good chance, I reckon, that we might be. Hello, we're Blackwater. I'm just gonna say that to the chasm.
Okay. Kind of, you hear it kind of echo through the chamber.
Finnan, you should lead the charge. Walk. You should be up front. They will be drawn to the site of the sword. Oh, sorry, the spear and the spearhead.
Yeah.
Show of hands, who can't fly in a pinch? Who cannot?
Float in a pinch.
Me.
Or
Oh, God,
different.
that's too many.
I can jump 500 feet in a pinch.
Yeah, you're going to do fine. All right.
Oh,
We'll
is this a
just-
good time to call Pheasant?
No, I just precautionary, like this bridge probably will be fine, but just Neppy, I'm going to cast fly on myself and you. And Clack, you want to be a backpack?
Yeah, buddy.
Sweet. And I will
Did-
cast
did you
fly
ca-
on myself and Neppy. Callie, you got your wings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. We're good.
You head across.
Well,
Single.
I'm gonna summon my spear. I'm gonna hold it up in the sky as I walk across the bridge, and I'm gonna say in Sylvan, "My name is Finneganus. I'm an envoy of Relauven. I represent him. We just wish to talk."
Okay. So you all head over with Finnan?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'd
you all
go
head
behind
over, and
him.
as you get about 20 feet from the other side, you see two braziers in the side of the archway kind of light up with this sort of soft purple flame. As you see, or like 2 by 2, a number of guards kind of pour out. You see 6 guards kind of standing that like emerge from the archway that you did not see before. And they kind of stand sort of across, and you can see they're all wearing like kind of beautiful light metal armor, engraved with kind of purple runes, and they all have shields as well as spears, and each of them has a sericite shard kind of floating near their head as they kind of all look out.
Hello.
Hello. You see the one near the center respond in common. Are you Blackwater?
Yeah, that's us.
The fractured consort has been expecting you. This way, please.
Right. Hey, Relevant, does that ring a bell? Because this is nerve wracking.
I'm not sure.
Fuck.
The term does not ring any bells.
Right.
I can hear Finnan when he talks out loud to Relavin, right?
Yeah, I always took out that to
Okay.
Relevant.
Just from behind Finnan, Callie's gonna put her hand on your back and in Sylvan. It'll be okay.
Right. Yeah. Right. Thank you for your welcome. I just want to walk over.
Okay.
We follow.
So yeah, you all kind of come through and you see the two guards kind of like the one that spoke to you kind of leads ahead, and as he kind of gestures, you see the others kind of fall in behind as they escort you through this tunnel. You can see now like the stone goes from kind of that more rough hewn to like a more worked stone. You can see kind of murals as you're walking by of what looks like the mountain ranges that you've been through in the Murakara train, and you can see they're dotted with like veins of sericite and things like that all throughout the wall. And you can see like along the sort of shoreline at the base of the mountains, you can see ships and things like that, as well as you kind of go on for about 20-30 minutes before you can see kind of a soft light ahead, as the archway kind of comes into a larger opening, as you walk in to a very large underground city. You can see this beautiful city kind of sprawling out before you. You see it kind of like on either side kind of splits off. In the center there is sort of a almost like a large square, surrounded by buildings kind of carved into like large stone cliffs that you can see. There's like sort of roads that go up on either side, and you can see the buildings kind of continue on either side. And beyond this square, there's a row of statues that lead to kind of a large stone building set amongst massive formations of sericite. And you can see people kind of moving, bustling about. You see a number of drow and like elven featured figures. You can see their skin tones range from like deep purple, almost black, to nearly entirely white, like very soft white skin, light purple skin. And you can see like everyone you can see kind of in the immediate vicinity has sort of a purple tinge to their eyes of varying degrees. You also, you can see that the buildings themselves, as you kind of are led through, they're leading you towards the square. You can see a few heads turn and things like that. And you can see the buildings themselves are gorgeously designed, very reminiscent of like sort of classical elven architecture, but everything is made out of stone. It's like meticulously carved, and you can see a number of like formations of of crystal sericite kind of dot throughout, and you can see all throughout the roof amongst the stalactites. You can see they are giving off kind of a soft glow to this whole city. So there is light in this like massive cavern. And you also notice as you're walking through towards the square, you can see there's a number of shops and things like that. You also notice another race. You can see a number of what look like dwarves, with fairly dark, kind of ruddy skin, some kind of a darker brown. They also have a purple tinge to their eyes, and generally kind of lighter hair, kind of light brown, some kind of light gray. But you can see them kind of moving around, and they seem to be kind of interacting. Like there's a number of like people trading. There's people kind of gathering some of their food for the day and things like that from their various market stalls. As you move through, you finally get to this promenade, and you can see a number of these carved stone figures kind of standing along like row by row, men and women. You see there is several dwarves kind of dotted amongst them. There's probably about 20 to 30 statues as you get up to this large door that is, it looks to be almost entirely made of sericite, only edged with kind of metal along the outside to kind of frame it. As you see the guard kind of steps forward. In here, as he pushes the large door open, you see standing in a smaller chamber, and you can see there's a door kind of at the far side, a smaller, again, that kind of sericite door on the far side. As you walk into this kind of like triangular structure, you can see that like the walls are all entirely done with murals that have been like, it's all stone where like it looks like they've powdered sericite and woven it into the walls. And you could see like there is depictions of sky ships, there's depictions of war, there's depictions of boats, like hundreds of boats in a raging sea. There's depictions of what looks like an underground, almost like a village, along next to, like, you can see a figure being stabbed, and like a number of elven figures kind of surrounding that figure, and then a number of smaller ships, and then familiar kind of like the mountain ranges that you've been through, and then what looks like a depiction of this place. And you can see in the center of this whole chamber, there is a sericite crystal that's probably about 8 feet high, and encased around the center with kind of what looks like a platinum band covered in runes. And you can see there's kind of like a small ramp up to it, to the edges of it, and there's like a bar that kind of sits just outside, like a railing all the way around. And you see standing along the railing, there's 3 figures, and there is one figure kind of just up at the ramp. You can see his hands kind of on the ramp as he sort of pulls away and turns as you arrive. You see sitting in a stone chair with large sericite crystals on either side, where just below, like kind of where the seat is, you can see this chair is actually floating off the ground. And the figure turns, and you can see let me just this older drow male. You can see his feet sit in kind of metal holsters at the bottom of this chair, and he's mostly bald. There's a small kind of silver ponytail at the back, deep purple skin, and his, like, it's kind of set by his like nearly entirely white eyes. There's just kind of faint like veins of purple through them, and you can see kind of laugh lines and crow's feet. He's a bit older. He's probably in the range of like the 50s in human age. You're not sure how old he actually is years wise, and you can see he's carrying a rod across his lap that is a large kind of diamond shape piece of sericite embedded in like a metal hand, in like a platinum rod. As he kind of turns, yes, Blackwater. Volketh said you would come. Kind of glides down towards you.
It's an honor to meet you.
It is
Thank
an
you
honor
for-
to meet you.
Thank you
I
for
can
welcoming us into your city.
I can see there he was right. You have brought the spear of Relauven.
Is Volketh here?
No. He disappeared some time ago. We have launched a number of expeditions to try and find him, but no such luck. It is a great loss for our people. He has taught us much.
I knew a guy called Volketh who was a farmer.
Yes, he was. He was.
How long ago did you lose him?
Several weeks.
Oh. Huh.
He was a refugee of Relauven. He told us of the Aelyrian Empire, our ancestors, and all they had accomplished. He has shown us much of what we can do with Sarasite. He made this chair for me.
Yeah, what else did he do? He's a real knowledgeable guy.
Well, I think it's better to show you,
I'm gonna be sick.
if you'll allow me,
Of course.
please. These are my advisors. I apologize. I have not introduced myself. I was caught up in the excitement. My name is Aura Saltayan. I am the fractured consort. I can tell by your confused looks. I am the leader of Ceva Aelyria for now.
It is an honor to meet you.
The honor is all mine. I have heard much of your exploits.
From Volketh.
Yes.
Oh. A shame that he is not here for us to speak to and thank him.
He would want to see what we're about to do.
What are you about to do, and is it reversible?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, just like, is it like turning on a light that you've never turned on? Or is it like,
No.
this is laundry, we do this all the time?
No.
Is it something you've done before?
Perhaps we let them show us.
Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe.
No, I don't want them to display. How long have you known this Rysel? A couple months, maybe.
Who's Rysel?
Sorry, Volketh.
Volketh came to us nearly 6 months ago.
I'm going to gesture to the side, and an image of Volketh is going to appear next to me.
Yes.
This man.
Yes.
I'm going to flick my hand, and that Volketh's going to fall away, and Rysel is going to be in his place. The man you know as Volketh also goes by another name. His name is Rysel. He was around during the time of Relauven. And he seeks the annihilation of the Drow people. I know you've just met us, and our word can only carry so far, but whatever he has done, there's an underlying evil. There's a trick. He does not mean well for this city.
I can't believe that. He has helped us.
I can
immeasurably.
I can sound him truth if you would like.
I would happily submit to that.
Could I lean over to Finnan and just be like, hey, Finnan, you want to do magic eyes and see if there's any enchantment magic hanging on this guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna detect magic.
Oh
no, I don't have that anymore because
anymore.
I replaced that with something else.
I do.
I can't anymore.
Then I lean over to Yana because I know she always got that shit on her.
You also can see that he has 2 Sarasite orbs kind of circling his head.
Was something that Volketh helped you with, those floating Sarasite?
Yes.
What do they do?
They allow us to amplify those of us gifted with the arcane. It allows us to amplify our magic, as well as offer some protection to those who do not have gifts with the arcane. Our people all have a connection to this crystal.
So all of your people have one of those?
Yes.
May I touch one?
Sure, if you like.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna hold the spearhead of my spear.
As you grab it, you can feel it is like it's pretty fixed in place in its sort of orbit. It's not pulling your hand around, but you can see the other one is just kind of like floating around. But like to pull it away would be difficult.
Tim,
Mhm.
the staff that's in his hand, that is a hand holding a gem. Does it look like the hand of Io, but made differently?
There are some similarities, but it does look different. Different material.
Okay.
This one doesn't have any runes on it, but there is some resemblance, like in the sort of form of it. Yeah, but it's not the same.
I will do whatever necessary to prove to you that my words are true. Our quest brought us here because of Volketh's goal. He is not Volketh any longer. It was merely a mask he used.
But he has brought us the Orphia. He intended to help us bring Relauven back. And now that you have brought the artifact to us, we can do it. Please let me show you.
I dismiss
Hey!
my spear.
We know where Relauven is buried. I mean, fuck. Volketh. Did we stick him? We buried.
His body.
We buried him. We found his body. You can stop sending those people out. We know where he is.
We stopped the search about a week ago.
Yeah.
So if you forgive me, I am High Priestess Nepenthe, Lightkeeper of Her Grace Nepthysiket. I come here in support of Finnan as his friend and traveling companion. Every word he says is true. And I ask at some point before we use it, if you'll allow me to see the Orphia.
Yes, I intended to show all of you.
I have a thought. Can we bring my spear back? There's something I can do that might aid this. Hey, Relauven.
Yes, Finnan.
Speak through me, and I'm going to cast Alter Self to turn into Relauven, and I'm just going to wait for Relauven to say anything.
You see it like they've only seen depictions of Relauven from millennia ago, as they all kind of like look to each other. You can see his advisors kind of look to each other. Please. You would be wise to trust them.
Please, you would be wise to trust them.
You can see the fractured consort sort of backs up a bit. I don't fully understand what you're doing, but
I'm going to alter self back to Finnan. I speak directly with Relauven. Holding his spear allows me, we are bonded. His powers, some of his powers, have been given to me so that I can represent his will. That sentence is ironic, but it's a really long explanation of why that is. The words you heard were Relauven's himself. I was merely relaying them as best I could.
he kind of like narrows his eyes. Would you allow me to hold the spear so that I may speak with him?
Relauven, is that possible?
I I suppose if he is willing.
I'm gonna look back at Spooky Pants.
With all due respect, sir, would you allow me to detect magic on you to make sure that you are who you say you are?
Of course.
Okay, and I'm gonna cast detect magic.
You can see that. How does it detect magic? You see exactly what's magic.
You see anything that
yeah.
is magic, and you get to know the school
I
of
get to
magic.
know the kind of.
I'm gonna,
yeah.
as she's looking, I'm gonna spin to letters, and I'm gonna lean close and be like, iron bands. And then I'm gonna spin back.
I'm gonna spin to Clack. I'm gonna say iron bands.
Clack spins and he goes, "Why are we spinning?"
Our boy.
The advisor's kind of like
we
all
love
cock an
Clack.
eyebrow. You can see there appears to be magic in both the chair, the crystals, and the rod. The chair is transmutation. The let me double check what the one in the crystals is. Enchantment. And the spells, and the rod is kind of a mix, but predominantly evocation.
There's no ring on his finger.
No ring.
Okay.
Um,
Do I recognize any of the spells?
I don't know that it's.
No, you need identify for that.
Yeah, you need identify for that.
With
Oh,
all,
I think I have that.
with all due respect, if the spear is the key to the Orphia, from what we understand about the Orphia, that is the key for Rysel to achieve his goals of eradicating the Drow people.
What if you touch it at the same time? Like
I was going to suggest that I will hold on to it
you hold
while
it.
you place your hand on it.
You hold it.
Rysel has been a very elusive enemy. He's very skilled at manipulation and misdirection, and I'm sorry for the lack of trust, but I've learned the hard way to take things cautiously. And I hold out the spear with my hand still on it.
You see, he kind of moves forward towards you as he reaches his hand out near the top of the spear.
I would like to prepare to dismiss the spear into the pocket plane.
Okay. He kind of grabs it. You see his eyes go fully white. And you watch as his hand snaps down as the top of it breaks off. As he drops it to the ground,
Holy fuck.
you go to move, and you watch as everything freezes. And you watch one of the advisors walk around as you're all frozen in time, as they walk around and grab the spear. And he looks at you. Thank you, Finnan. As he moves towards the door and goes to the back door, pushes it open, and moves beyond. As you all come back, you see his eyes kind of flick back. What happened?
Misty stepped to the
We
door.
go.
Okay.
I Misty stepped to
I
the door.
fucking run.
Okay. So you all take off towards the door as you push by.
I'm going to yell to a guard and be like, I need a weapon. Give me a weapon now.
Yeah, you see one of the guards kind of toss his spear to you.
I'm going to catch it.
And you see the other advisors and Aura kind of follow in behind you. as you all move through this kind of narrow, like crystalline tunnel. As you move down and through, it opens up into a beautiful grove of crystal structures. You can see line the wall these large crystals kind of imposing all the way around. You see some of them floating about the air kind of just loosely as you walk into the crystal hollow.
I'm assuming this is, sorry to interrupt, but I'm assuming this is broken my Pact of the Blade, so it's no, like, this isn't.
You still have the connection to the base of the spear, but like it's broken it off the top.
Okay, I'm gonna put the base, and then I'm gonna use my action to form a bond with this spear.
As you're kind of running down.
Yeah.
Tim, feels as good a time as any as we're trying to call that. I'm just going to try and call for divine intervention to stop him where he stands.
Okay. I will just finish the description.
Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely. So you see in the center of this room a massive stone cylinder. The Orphia sits before you. You can see the bands that were once lit in different colors have gone out, and they are now stuck all throughout with shards of sericite. There must be hundreds, maybe thousands of shards that have been hammered into this. You can see cracks all throughout it, in this bright white light seeping out along the bottom and all throughout the cylinder. And you can see in the top this swirling black energy siphoning into the Orphia. As you see before you, standing there, right before you can do your intervention in a second, standing with the spearhead like jammed into the Orphia. You can see like he is like now kind of pulling back as he turns to look at you. You can see a man with fair purple skin, almost lavender, younger, bright purple eyes, strong elvish features, silver white hair pulled back into a high knot, and exquisite light metal armor carved with purple glowing runes. 2 shards of sericite orbit his head, and he also is carrying an impressive sericite spear. As he kind of looks over his shoulder at you, you can roll your divine intervention now if you'd like.
Come on.
Come on, Death Mama.
No, but it was worth a try.
Okay. So you see as he kind of looks at you, you're too late. There's no way to stop it now. Only I can stop it.
I cast a spell, Tim.
If you would like to, we can go into initiative, but you have a chance. If you want to speak, you can.
Okay. I want to cast a spell.
Rysel, when I say this, you can know with certainty that I, among any of these people, have the least mercy. It doesn't have to go this way. We can all walk away from this.
Why?
He doesn't want to walk away from it, Finnan. Isn't that right,
Why?
Rysel? This is your whole thing, right? You go down and take everyone with you, right?
Yes. And then all of this will be done.
You do this on an assumption that's a lie. What if I could show you what happened that day, the day that your queen died?
I was there. I know what happened.
So you saw who killed the queen. Relauven had nothing to do with it. Relauven only had his only crime was to hope.
He set up the meeting.
Yeah.
How do I know he wasn't in cahoots?
Mars Vike. You know that name, right?
Yes.
Driven mad by rage for hundreds of years. Whose rage was that? It was Relauven's. Splintered, his mind was splintered by that moment. His mother was killed by his father. All he wanted was peace, and he was broken by that moment, shattered. And that rage has existed for hundreds of years, corrupting an entire race of giants, so powerful in its nature. And you think he wanted that to happen? How blind can you be that you can't see how broken that made Relauven?
Why did he run? He could have stayed. He could have helped the Aelyrians. He ran away. Like a coward.
And you're saying that
Like a son.
you're saying you could raise a hand against your own father or mother. Relauven couldn't. If you can, all that makes you is colder.
Makes me stronger.
It makes you weaker. It shows that you don't have compassion. Relauven broke that day. He only wanted peace. He wanted a world where both sides could coexist. And he tried to forge that world until you put an end to it. You betrayed him. Your hands hold blood, not his. It is fitting that you broke his spear. You broke his heart.
Kind of hesitates for a second.
I can show you how he felt that day.
Show me.
Give me the spearhead.
He reaches out his hand.
I place it on the spear.
As you come forward, do you have the other part of the spear?
The other half, it was on my guy.
You push it into the...
No, I'm going to place it in his hand.
Okay. So you've given it to him?
No, I'm holding on to it.
Oh, you're holding it as well. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So you again kind of feel your vision kind of snap out along with him. You can see, like, you see as this happens too, as Finnan is there, you see this kind of like bubble form around the two of them. Where would you like it to take him back to?
The moment of rage, that like drowning moment of rage, of Relauven's rage.
Okay. So you take him back to that moment as his father disappears, and you watch as one of the soldiers who you saw sort of flipped up in the air kind of turn and glide down as he walks over to Relauven. You can see him standing there. He could have done it right then. He could have ended it. And my people would still be here today.
They still are. Why do they... Are you worried about racial purity? Because that's kind of fucked up. They survived because of Relauven. He let them flourish and grow without constant war on their back, without hatred of one another. He did what the queen and the king couldn't do. He united two people and made them one. You want to kill? All you'd be doing is destroying the remnants of your people. If you want to save your people, help them. They still are fighting for existence. They are still here. They stand around you, united. Don't be the destroyer. Don't be the one that takes Aelyria from the world.
So he looks over at you. Finnan, I'm not sure I can stop it.
We both can. Together. All right, I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder.
As you kind of snap back, you see now the cracks starting to get larger along the Orphia and the bright lights spilling into the room, illuminating everything. It's like so blinding at this point. Finnan, you're still able to see as you hear Relauven in your head. Finnan, I believe I can stop it with him. You need to give him the spear.
I'm going to put my hand on Rysel's shoulder again in real life. It's taken me a really long time to learn. But no one's beyond redemption. And I'm going to hand him the base of the spear.
I'm sorry. I'll try to make this right. And
I'm
see
with
as
you.
he pulls back, he jams the spear fully into the Orphia, and you see there's an explosion of purple light as you all get rocketed back into the crystals, as you feel your entire vision just go blinding white. And there's a daze throughout the room. The echo is so loud as you see this incredible sight, as your vision starts to come back to you. Finnan, you feel yourself being kind of pushed back, but somehow rooted to the ground right next to this happening. You see as the Orpheus splits open, a creature emerges. You see a two-headed dragon come out. But you see, as the bright light of this dragon comes out, you see this black light leaking into it and swirling around. And you see one of the heads becomes entirely black, this sort of void black. As you see this kind of merging throughout the body, you see wisps of what look like starlight start to wind through the black side of the dragon, as both wisps of shadow wind through the light side of the dragon. As you watch, two figures emerge. You see Relauven briefly standing before you in the flesh, alongside Rysel. You see him in his original body, as they both look to you. And you see them grasp hands as they merge themselves into this massive, now growing dragon, larger than this. Its wings start to envelop the sides as it moves through, and you can see it push up through the stone, creating a large kind of hole in the top, kind of pushing out as it fully takes a huge shaft through the top of the mountain. As you can see moonlight kind of pour in from the top as it takes off into the sky. There is an explosion of this kind of milky starlight that falls over the entire cavern as you see the stone kind of start to shift back in. You see the remnants of the Orphia on the ground. You hear a familiar voice in your head. Thank you, Finnan. This is new. But you have given us new purpose to unite. Will you still be my champion?
Always.
Will you help guide our people into the light?
Of course.
And you see on the ground before you, from the broken remnants of the spear, you see it start to swirl and start to mend as it comes back into full form, lying before you.
I'm gonna toss aside this shit common spear, pick it up. That dragon is basically a god, right? Newborn.
I believe we have reached something new, yes. I don't know if it's full godhood or... I don't know.
This might be presumptuous, but I would like to address the people in the city and give them a name to what they can.
Yes.
I look out to the onlooking drow and
Yeah, at the moment you're
Illyrian
still
people.
in this. You're still in this kind of crystal hollow.
Oh, okay.
Fractured consort and the advisor.
I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna gesture to the fractured consort to follow.
Yeah, as you kind of all come in, he takes you out of the main temple and into the square, and you can see it. People have kind of flooded into the square, seen all of this kind of activity around the temple.
People of Ceva Aelyria, a new god has been born, or something close to it. Their name is Unity. This is a day to be celebrated.
You see them all kind of look, and they see the spear.
I'll lift it.
And you hear Aura behind you. He unites our people. He's brought together the spear and the staff. And you hear them all as a cheer rings out through the city. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Holy
Early break
shit.
tonight.
So cool. Oh, so cool.
Holy shit.
Tim, you're taking years off my life.
Oh my
It's
god.
too stressful.
Oh, okay. So if you have any questions for Tim Carlson about everything that just happened and anything else that you've seen over the course while we've been streaming that you would like him and Yanis to talk about for our amazing fireside chat coming up, please leave them here in the comments with the hashtag fireside, and I will make sure that I pick them up. Some of us will likely be in the chat over the course of the break, so please stick around and say hi to us. We'll be back in 8. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable, with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool. looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Amen.
We're
Hi,
back,
hello there, everybody.
babies.
I made gingerbread
Um,
cookies for the first time in my life, and
I
they're
asked a
holding up.
question in chat.
Sorry, what?
In the Zoom chat, I asked a question,
Oh,
and only you can answer.
It's true.
oh, the in-game date.
Yeah.
It is currently I believe it's the 4th of Peldavin, but you'll just have to give me a
Right.
moment. One
Oh,
sec.
that's
No.
good. That's good enough. Oh,
One sec.
No, it has to be right.
It has to
okay,
be
that should be
right.
perfect.
Yeah.
It is currently, I'd say probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 4th of Peldavin.
And that, children, is the story about why we gather together as a family to celebrate on the 4th of Peldavin the birth of our Lord and Savior, Unity.
Peldavin.
Merry Christmas!
Peldavin.
Our Christmas episode had a god being born. So
Boom.
good.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh
Whoops.
no.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
gets a spear on this holiday.
And big,
Yes.
big
It's
Papa
for
Alauven
everyone.
flies to all the homes and gives all the good children.
And you make good with your enemies
No,
for that
all
one
the
day.
good children get to see in the dark that year. All the bad ones straight up blinded.
Forever.
Whoops.
There's no redemption. But wait, that's
But
not
it's
the
all
point.
about redemption.
Until
all
next
about-
Raucous.
Also,
Raucous.
I threw up an idea in the chat. I mean, a whole bunch of people were chatting about it. Awards for the Blackwater
I think I
best
know where you're
best
going.
of the Gravelies.
Yeah. Can I host the
Fuck yeah,
Gravelies?
dude.
I
I'll
think
wear a
that-
bow tie.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think
But I think you have to do it as Wiggles.
I will.
Wiggles hosts the Gravelies for
well,
sure.
you've said it now, so
Somebody
we're gonna have
animate
to
it
make
and I
it
will do
happen.
it.
We're gonna have to make it happen.
And
The
Are
Are
Gravelies.
these
Like
awards
that?
that we give to us, the players, or awards that go? I feel like it should go to NPCs.
No, well, I think there'll be some of those too, but
No,
I feel
think
like
the
it's things
Gravelverse
that
has
there's
to
like
nominate it.
they have to nominate best ofs. We'll name some categories, and they'll nominate the best ofs from 2020, and then we'll pick the top or whatever comes up. We'll have them voted, and then those will get awarded out. Favorite
Yes.
NPC will be
In
one.
now, canonically in the movie of this, Billy Crystal plays Wiggles.
Hell Guys. yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna throw
Guys,
some categories real quick.
if we're doing the Gravelies,
Yeah.
hear me out. Two episodes in a row, I get to go office theme. We have to have it in a Chili's. I won't come to the Gravelies unless we're in a Chili's.
If you
I
can
wanna
find us a
throw out-
Chili's in
We're gonna have to
Canada.
find one first. Yeah, I'll
Sean,
have
do it.
reason to visit Cody.
I'm writing this down.
Best romantic interest
Ooh.
/ flirty interest. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Anyone where there was some heat there, we're talking Wex, we're talking Trixalia, we're talking
That old
Um,
dude that Finnan tried to get a loan to start a restaurant.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
No flirtation is too small to put on the list.
Okay, so
Oh,
bless
yeah.
best flirt.
Rosie, as Cody pointed out, Rosie.
Oh, Rosie.
Kamea
blue ribbon.
technically on it. Blue
Yeah.
ribbons on
Yeah.
it.
Best flirt. I really enjoy it. And we're just gonna call it overall
flirt.
best flirt. Any other
Best flirt.
categories while we're here? If you have a category, put it up in the chat and I'll catch it later. Best fight. Best fight for sure.
The person you hate seeing the most. Like they show up, you're like, this fucking guy.
It can't be one of us. I can't take it.
We'll call it
Man,
the this
NPC.
fucking guy
Close
category.
enough.
This
That's-
fucking guy award.
That's the Great Mom Award.
I was
That's
gonna
what-
say.
The
It's
thing is,
truly-
guys, the
it's-
thing is, like, if we do this, I'm going the whole fucking 9 yards. We find the clips, we like
Mhm.
roll them like the
Absolutely.
Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
someone just put in chat the best Callie and Kamea call, which means we're gonna have to go through hours of
Oh my
episodes to
God.
try
Love
to
a Kalmea
find.
call. Sorry, that's the drunk one. That has to be the drunk
Best
one.
Kalmea call. Yeah.
Best gravel boy.
Oh.
No, it's Clag. It's Clag.
It is.
It's
Clag is
Gorge,
best
you
boy.
guys. It's
Actually,
Gorge.
my vote goes to Tad. He's an unsung
Tad.
hero.
Yeah,
Right.
Works
true.
Tad
extra
holds it
hours.
together.
Mhm.
Employee of the year at the gravel.
Employee.
Can we just do a
The
category
Blackwater
called
Bar.
Employee of the Year?
is.
Employee of the year that includes the Blackwater Bar and Grill,
Yeah.
the fucking the
Blackwater
Blackwater Keep, the
It's
Fire
obviously
Brand
Codus.
Cafe,
It can't not be
and
Codus.
the Rest the
Rest
Trading,
Company.
It's
We don't
Codus.
know.
It doesn't
We
I feel
matter.
like
don't know
Blue
that.
Ribbon would
the reason why
throw
we-
down with
people-
CODIS.
Let the
We
I'm just
people
gonna have
can't
to
do
do a
this,
bunch of
it's Codus.
speeches. I'm just gonna have a bunch of
It's just-
characters.
It's just Tim playing with
Yes.
Tim at that point.
Someone said
Tim does
best
currently
letters
voice Wiggles
turning
too, so
red
it's all
moment.
you.
Oh, best
Oh.
letters. I feel like a best of each of our moments would
I
be
feel like
good,
best
too.
letters turning red is going to be so many quality clips of Sean just like almost shitting himself, squeezing his face so hard.
I feel like that just happened once though.
I feel like
No,
this
you've
one-
done it a few times. You've done it a few
Yeah,
times.
it's happened a few
Like
times.
you didn't want to say anything because of a competition, or you felt awkward in a situation and
Ooh.
couldn't say anything.
When
like,
he
there's been a bunch where
when
you're
you
like,
couldn't
bit. Best
when you
bit.
couldn't talk when
During the
Black was
flight.
feeding you the
Yep.
spider milk.
Best pep talk. Best pep talk. Because
I feel like this one's gonna be a
Best come to
difficult one.
Jesus
to-
talk. That's
This
a
one-
category. That's my
This
category.
one's gonna be a difficult one to get, but I want the best, like, worst dice roll. Like where you need your dice to do the best thing, and it just
I mean,
Like
tanked
best,
it.
it's like best nat 20, best nat 1.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because if it's not one that discludes possibly the worst roll of my life on this show, which was a 3, which gave me an extra head.
Mhm.
That's true.
So biggest
failed
clutch
roll.
and biggest nudge. No, I don't know what to pair with clutch.
Oh, I
Biggest
don't like. Nah.
You don't like
biggest
nuts?
trip. Biggest trip. Biggest clutch.
Best
Biggest trip.
quarantine hairdo I see in the chat.
There's been a few.
Also, someone said best derailment, which is this right now.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
they're
a really
all good.
meta thing.
I feel
that
like-
the thing that wins
I
the
feel like
best
Chatwater
derailment.
there would be some quality derails coming in from noticing
True.
regular.
I'm gonna say if there's best derailment, Chatwater's allowed to be in it.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
through all the shows.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we go.
Best
Pull one shots in.
best Matt's character from a one shot.
Yeah.
which of Matt's one shot characters was the best?
Guys, I got a green screen now. You got no idea what's coming.
No, no.
It's terrifying,
God.
It's
dude.
terrifying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, should we
Okay.
go back in?
I've
Let's get
saved them
back
all.
in.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Most. Oh wait. People's
That's
Choice
what's right.
Award favorite item on the menu.
Mm.
That's all I'm gonna
Oh.
say. Favorite
That's good.
item on the menu. Favorite
I was a-
consumable.
Fernando said that one of the best contenders for the derailment category was when Sean, our apartment started to burn down, and
Oh,
we
right.
had to
Let's do
stream
the
from
fire alarm.
outside next to the
Yes.
fire engines. That's a pretty good
Actual
derailment.
fire.
What I
An
need from
actual-
that,
actual fire?
emergency.
what
This
I need
isn't-
from that is a cut to the fire alarm being interviewed, being like, I just thought it was my moment to shine.
I've saved all of these.
I love
I
in
will-
chat also best overall episode since streaming, but I'd want to know like what you
Ooh.
guys think
Yeah.
is the best
Yeah.
episode.
Mm.
Lore Club is so much homework.
And yeah,
Yeah,
Lore
come
Club's
on,
got to
Lore
put
Club.
its spurs on and get going.
Yo, also, someone just said best Australia fact. You don't want to do that to yourselves because they're all bad. They're all
Don't.
bad facts about bad, awful Australian things.
Okay, I got them all. We will think of some more.
We're doing the Gravelies, I guess.
We're doing
We
the
just
Gravelies.
had our very own God be born on Christmas Day. So
Relavmas. You love that Relavmas.
Wow.
As you see kind of the chanting through the streets, you can see there is this kind of ripple of excitement as they see you have brought together this relic that they have that has been close to them in prophecy for a very long time. You see Aura kind of like glides up next to you. Would you all like to go and speak in private?
To who?
of
To
course,
us.
we would love that.
Oh
Please.
yeah.
Please.
1 second. I think I left something in the ice, the crystal chamber.
I'll walk with you, Lettuce.
Why don't we
Is I was going to bring you back into the
Yeah,
temple.
I
We're
think
all
he was
going
saying
now.
we would go back in
Wonderful.
there. Do you need a
Good.
second alone in the crystal place?
No.
Neppers? Okay.
We'll get her.
All right. Yes. Please lead the way, please, Aura.
Right. So he kind of brings you back into that center temple chamber. I apologize for not introducing my fellow advisors. This is Amachias, and he gestures to an older man with kind of white skin and deep purple eyes. He's wearing an impressive bright metal chest plate and a large purple rune at its center. Shorter gray hair just above shoulder length, kind of tucked behind his ears. And he holds a beautiful full crystal shield and has a spear on his back. And you can see two orbs kind of circling his head. And Serpenthus is a tall woman with strong elven features and deep purple skin. And atop her head is a steel tiara that frames her face and high white ponytail. And the tiara is set with a large sericite gem at its center above the forehead. She holds a long staff of what looks like platinum with a rough hewn chunk of like raw sericite at the top. You can see she has 3 orbs that circle her head, and she's wearing kind of like elegant robes.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna think this is the first time I'm gonna talk to Rauben and not speak out loud, but I'm gonna Rauben, did you have a last name?
Yes.
I've seen a pattern with my friends, choosing a name that fits them best. I've never disliked Aganis, but that name is my father's. Not a huge fan of him. What is your last name?
Boreal.
I hope you don't mind about this. And I step forward as he introduces the advisors, and I say, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Finan Oriel.
And they kind of bow their head. You see Serpenthus kind of glides forward. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I wish I understood a bit better what exactly happened back there, but Volketh did speak highly of all of you and your prowess as warriors and diplomats.
May I ask a question of
Yes.
you, Aura? Did you know that he was within you?
No, I did not. It was as much a surprise to me. I felt something move my hand.
I see.
I don't know how he did that. Or that was that advisor in Amicus was a good friend of mine. Did this Rysel take over his mind?
He has that capability, head. Yes.
It's a shame.
He might have taken more than that.
Well, that is a shame. Hopefully we are able to locate his spirit to put him at rest with our ancestors.
I have something that perhaps might help. Forgive me. Being around the dead is very common of my order. So I ask any pardon if this is perhaps untoward. I carry the body of Volketh with me. And if you would have him, he should be returned to you.
Yes. He shall be returned to our ancestors.
I would be happy to place him and speak to the person who tends to your dead.
He kind of smiles. It is me. I am the fractured consort.
Right.
Sorry, I should explain myself. We lay our dead to rest in the crystal hollow where the Orphia was. And their essence, it resides in the Saracite so that it may live on. And I commune with this. Kind of gestures to the large Saracite in the center of the room. It is how we seek guidance going forward. We consult with our ancestors' memories so that we may not repeat the mistakes of the past.
We do something similar at my temple, except there is a grove, and you walk in it.
Why is it the giants? Why do you live down here exclusively? Your city's beautiful and a well-kept secret. Why is that?
When we first arrived, we lost the artifact, the spearhead. Our ancestors came with it, fleeing the original settlement that they set up after Relauven was killed. When we came here, we were drawn to this place. But as we arrived, we were ambushed by a group of giants, and the spearhead was lost. But enough of us managed, I was not there, but enough of our ancestors managed to escape into the mountain where they found it rich with Saracite, and they began to build. We send out champions every year, those who are willing and volunteer to challenge the giant, to retrieve the spearhead, but for millennia, none were successful. And the reason we chose to remain hidden from the world is because of all of this. And he looks around at the Saracite. It is extremely powerful and extremely potent. And one of our duties is to ensure that it never falls into the wrong hands or is abused as it once was. That was one of the gifts Volketh gave us. Was he taught us not to be afraid of it, but rather embrace it for the good it can do. For years we shied away from harnessing its power, afraid of what it could bring down. But with his guidance, even in the short time that he was here, he showed us many, many things.
What will you do now?
We will continue to live peacefully as we always have.
Are you interested in opening up to the rest of the world?
Perhaps, but this is not a decision to be made quickly or lightly.
Do you have a minister of trade or travel whose card I could get?
No, we are entirely self-sufficient here. We do have some envoys who occasionally venture out, but it is all very secretive.
During this conversation, I would have wandered toward the large crystal that he pointed to when he said all the spirits are, and I would just be standing next to it, looking at it.
He kind of sees you over there. Volketh told us that crystals like that once powered great skyships.
This is where the spirits of the ancestors rest, correct?
Mostly in the Crystal Hollow, where the Orphia was. There are many more.
Isn't that where we are right now?
No, the Crystal Hollow is beyond. This is the temple. The Crystal Hollow is beyond. No. That is a conduit we use. So it is linked with the other crystals.
May I?
Of course.
I just lay my hand against it.
As you kind of lay your hands on it, you kind of feel this warm energy kind of move through your body, and you hear fragments of Sylvan. It's difficult to pick out anything in particular, but you hear kind of a chorus of voices, and there is also flashes of images. You can see the original settlement that you once found yourself in under Barmwich, but in its heyday. You can see people bustling around, building. You see the building of Ceva Aelyria and the craftsmen working, and you see dwarves arriving on the shores. And you see images of dwarves working alongside elves, creating the large structures you can see outside.
I'm just gonna quietly in Sylvan. I'm sorry. And thank you.
Again, kind of feel that warm energy as you kind of come back.
I walk back to the group. Thank you for that.
Aura, do you... Oh, my camera did a weird thing. Do you intend to keep the shards of the Orphia?
No, and if you would like them, you may have them. I don't know that we have much use for them.
A couple of months ago, I made a promise to safeguard them. If you would allow me.
Of course.
Thank you. So I would go and gather the pieces of the Orphia and take them with me.
I'm going to walk up to Letters. I'm going to place my hand on his shoulder. Thank you, Letters Blackwater.
You're welcome, but what for?
For giving me another choice.
Well, thanks for taking it.
I'm just going to give his shoulder a squeeze. I'm just going to actually walk down. I'm just going to go to the people. Wander around the city for a little bit.
Okay. So you head out into the city?
Hey, or is any one of your advisors, or maybe you, like the magic person?
You will want to speak with Serpenthus.
Serpenthus, yes, I do.
She kind of glides forward to you.
Oh, you glide all the time? Wait, like hover glide, or
almost
just a smooth
you can
walker?
see, like, unlike no, she's a very smooth walker. You can see that, like, just her robes cover her feet, and you can just see, like, the elegance in which she walks. Not gliding in a chair like Aura.
Do you does this ring a bell? And I pull out the magnifier that we got from which Andoon was it?
Sierra. I would pass it to you from the bag of holding because I'm the one who has it.
Yes, she looks down and you see her eyes kind of widen.
No, because I had the crystal. Letters had the amplifier.
I have
Yeah,
it written in
got-
the. I could have sworn I had it written. Okay.
He
I'll
had
fight
it
your
'cause I
book
broke.
on no point but this. I carry nothing except this item.
I-
Everything
Sounds
else
good.
Black hat.
I
Sorry,
broke it and then gave
who
it to him to be
has-
like, sorry.
Me.
Letters has it then.
Yes, I have heard of these. I have read about them. Volketh had been tinkering with one, but we had not made any. I would be very much interested to see it.
How do they work?
As far as I know, from what he told me, they are able to amplify certain aspects of a spell, but it is not always clear which aspects, depending on the spell. But some spells are able to be amplified to reach a greater distance, some more potent, powerful.
Cool. We'll talk on this that later. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sephenthus. This is good. Yeah.
Sephenthus.
Sephenthus, yeah. Cool. I like magic too.
She kind of looks down. I can tell.
Based on what?
Your whole vibe.
Oh.
Really?
And I can
My
see your
vibe reads as
I
Magic
can
Boy
see your spell book.
on Clack?
Is that your spell book in your pants?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're mutual sidekicks, but he carries the spell book because I trust him.
Mm. That's sweet.
I don't see your spell book. Where do you keep it?
I guess you'll have to find out.
Oh, another contender for the Gravelies.
She kind of smiles coyly.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can.
I also have
compare
a spell
notes.
book.
Yes, I saw
Yana,
that
take
as
the
well.
reins.
All of that flew over
Kind of like
Rihanna's
looks
head.
over. Well, should you have some time before you leave, you're more than welcome to visit my study.
There's
Cool.
there's a scary energy around this.
I love it. What a mood.
That sounds great. Just the three of us arcane
Yeah.
practitioners all together comparing
Study.
notes.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
I'll come too if that's cool.
Yeah,
I
Clark's
mean,
been
you're the
looking
one-
at spell books
You
too.
know, actually, Yana, we should maybe do you want to go hit the city and maybe we can catch up with these two later?
Yeah, that sounds fun. Bye,
Yeah, let's go take a
letters.
look around.
Oh, I see what you're doing, and you're right. I do have it coming.
You
That's
got it,
fair.
buddy. You got it. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Black,
Oh my god.
I thought you were trying to fuck me over, and I think you're trying to do me a solid right now.
Yeah, obviously, dude.
Dude, I think you should know, it's kind of one of my things.
Yeah, I gotta go. Good luck, dude. Let me know how it goes.
Let's go, Clark.
I feel like this is payback for when Letters tapped out during the wrestling match.
It's not, though. He's trying to be nice.
This is when you abandon him with Yana.
Yeah, no, that's what I think. I can't tell. Insight on him. Is he trying to fuck with me? I'm so bad at insight. 16. Is he fucking with me or is he being genuine?
He's genuinely trying. He seems like this is cool. She's cool.
Oh no.
Very impressed by her. And is quite taken in his letters would definitely be into her. She's big magic. And also,
have to
he's
have a
taking this
conversation.
chance to be alone with Yana.
Okay, that I can.
Yeah, I saw that one.
support,
I did. Yana did not. Let's be clear.
Oh, sorry. Len, were you gonna go?
Callie just wants to call a command.
You kind of step off to the
My
side.
life.
Call command. Hello?
Just thought I'd let you know that I think for the first time in a long time, I'm safe.
Well, that's good to hear. Where are you?
Well, it's a long story, but we just saved the people we were trying to save, but also I think we're allowed and ascended.
Really?
Yeah.
You folks just constantly find yourselves in the presence of gods.
It's kind of our thing.
That's incredible.
I'm not sure yet, but I think usually
The drow are okay.
Drow, okay, they're all here. We're in their city. It's underground. It's beautiful.
And did you find Rysel?
Yeah. He's with Relawin?
Well, I look forward to hearing the full story when you get back.
She'll hopefully be soon.
I hope so.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'll make my way back to the group.
All right.
While Callie was doing that, I would ask, while we're here, is there a different time that you would like me to leave Volketh's body here, or would you?
You can leave it right now.
Will you help me?
Of course. Let's go. We'll take him to the Crystal Hollow, and there you can get your Orphia, or what remains of the Orphia as well.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'd like to come with.
Of course. Please.
All right, so you accompany Aura down into the Crystal Hollow, and take out Volketh, and you can see he starts to prepare the body with, you can see he pulls out kind of a pouch of like powdered sericite, and starts sprinkling it over the body. And you see as he finishes, you can see like crystals begin to grow all over the body.
This is how you return your people.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
If I know it is a very, very long way from here, but you will always find yourself welcome at any temple of Nipthisiket. Always.
Kind of like furrows his brow. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with Nipthisiket.
That's all right. Her grace is the goddess of the transition between life and death. At least where I am from.
Interesting. Perhaps your Minotaur friend was right. Perhaps I should see more of the world.
We would be happy to take you anytime.
Yes, it's certainly something we'll have to discuss.
Kokanee, darling, will you help me gather up these pieces?
Yeah. What is the Orphia made out of, Tim?
Yeah, great question.
You can see what...
Oh, so muted.
So muted.
Just
This is what
shout
Tim's
so we
saying.
can hear
Tim's
it
saying
through-
all of his secrets right now. All this, yeah, this. This again.
You can see the stone looks to be some kind of sandstone. It does not seem to be particularly exotic. You're not sure if there was an inner casing, but the stone seems like simple sandstone.
Did you say there were metal bands on it?
There were, yes, carved with different runes that looked celestial in nature. The metal looks to be platinum.
Can I carefully as possible get the bars
Yeah. What remains
comfortably? What
Yeah.
remains of them?
Absolutely.
Maintaining them as carefully as possible and wrapping them in some sort of cloth so that they don't get damaged
Yep.
at all as
Pressure.
we
Sure.
put them in
Yeah.
the.
You gather about. There was originally 7 rings, and you gather up fragments from all of them. There's only one that seems pretty much like not fully intact, but like you get all the pieces. The others are kind of like the next best to sort of like 3/4. One of them is only a chunk of it. Most of them are about half of the metal is still left.
What then happens with the hand?
I don't know. I think we still have to try to restore it as best as we can.
Yes, we will take it to Magrin.
Certainly.
She will know what to do. Perhaps.
Perhaps. I hope so.
Yes.
He grew a lot today, huh?
God, yes. I'm proud of him.
Me too. I was I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be salvageable. When we entered the room,
Yes.
I thought that only one of the two of us would be us or him would be leaving.
I'm not going to lie. When I saw the Orphia, I am quite optimistic most of the time. But the dark cloud above it, it evoked very much of what I felt every time anything with Velsum came up. It was right back there. And I am so grateful to Finnan for his sturdiness.
Yeah.
For his growth.
He did well.
He did so well. There is the Nukia, the children that we have at Philenis, when they grow into acolytes and we see them ascend into as a priestess. I did not think I would feel that feeling about anything else. But I do this day, for him.
Agreed. So is he a cleric now?
I will have to speak to Her Grace. If Relavan and Unity has ascended to godhood, I am certain she would have felt the presence of ascension. I have some questions for her later, so that will be perhaps one of them. Perhaps you could join me.
I'd like that.
Yes. But, I mean, anything is possible with the gods.
Yeah. I mean, adding another good one up there. Good, I hope. Probably isn't for the worst. Do you have any other pressing things to do in the city?
I don't believe so, no. Simply here to learn. And I am always... there is always part of me that feels like the young girl who stepped out on the steps of Philenis, remembering I know so little of the world. Take in as much as I can and write about it so that my order is not so shut away anymore. I had a thought on goodness, the God, unity. I think it's balance. The light and the dark intermingling with each other. I think that's what that was. Balance. Which, if you think about it, Bahamut, Io's one of Io's children, a pinnacle of lawfulness. Tiamat, her other child, a paragon of greed, a symbol of evil. And the third, locked away for millennia, now a symbol of balance. I do not think there could be anything more fitting, a better path for Io's lost child.
I think you're right. And I hope that this brings Finn some balance.
Yes. Because, well, if the years that he now has under his belt are anything to say, he will not have all of us forever.
No, I fear he will outlive all of us by a while, with the exception of Clack and Letters, of course, who will have ascended.
Of course.
Uh,
Did I tell you what I did? That I offered Letters a paladinship.
Did he accept?
I think he's thinking about it. I think he's entertaining the business venture.
Do you think he'll accept?
Honestly, my love, I think only her grace knows that. And I am so excited to see what happens. The offer stands on the table for him, but it was the right time. Also, there may come a time, and of course I know you would, but there may come a time where we need to lay everything down on the line to protect Finn. Shortly. And I see that as my duty to do that. It is almost the equinox of the dawn, Father. And I worry. But I am a worrier by nature.
Couple of lifeguards.
Couple of clerics.
Couple of clerics. Sounds like there's quite the party out there.
Shall we?
I put my hand out. You want to go meet some people? Watch that boy be the leader that he's recently discovered that he can be?
As long as you hold my hand, I'd like nothing more. Shall we? Okay. I stand up.
We'll get to your thing, but I just want to say, and we can come back to this, that because they went through a way, but they have to come back the way they came. Letters is doing that thing where he waits by the door with his arm crossed, leaning against the wall, and as they come back, he's going to match their stride and talk to Kokanee. But we can get to that later. I just need to establish that detail, and we'll come back. Go ahead, Callie.
That would mean if Declack and Yana go up somewhere.
Yeah, they're kind of like.
You're muted, darling. I can't hear you.
We're in town.
They're
Seeing the
just,
site.
I know. I was just taking it. Yeah, they're just headed out.
So would that have left only Callie and Finnan? Everyone would have split off. Just Callie and Finnan.
Finnan headed out into the city as well.
I'm just alone. Okay,
You're
never mind.
alone.
I mean, I'm in that room. I haven't left it. I've been waiting at the door with my arm crossed, leaning against the wall.
Okay.
Jason, Moana.
I'll go match
Momoa?
Letters.
I know I fucked it up, but it wasn't important. It's Jason Momoa in fucking Stargate. He did that every fucking episode.
I'll go match Letters energy. If I'm just alone after getting off the phone with Kamea, I'll just be like,
Just waiting there.
I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side.
Okay.
Don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm waiting for Kokanee. They're putting OG Volketh to rest. You gonna get Kamea something while you're in town, like a souvenir or something?
Maybe.
I
Someone
just-
loves me.
I just think those like tiaras, they're pretty cool with the Saracite on. I bet like
I don't know if I can buy one of those.
I've seen. Well, look, I'll spot you. All I'm saying is like I've seen Kamea's jewelry drawer, and she doesn't have anything with Saracite in it. So what do you get for the queen who has everything? Am I right?
I will think about it. I usually get something for Jar.
Ooh, cool.
I'm gonna cross my arms and lean against the roll.
So you wait for a little while, and then you see Kokanee and Nepentha come out from the crystal hollow.
Kokanee, just a minute. I wanted to
two
see.
all right?
I'm matching your stride.
I was just copying letters. I was all alone.
I'll give you two a moment. Kelly, come walk with me.
Okay.
Just walk.
I'm gonna link arms with Neppy.
Oh, this isn't a thing. I'm just gonna go compare notes with the high mage of here. And could you do that? I just I want to, as like the brand ambassador, I want to put a best foot forward. Could you do that thing where you make me extra smart? Because I know I'm pretty smart, but I feel like she's really smart. She's such a graceful walker. You see the way she glides. I never asked for like a specific spell, but I'm just a little favor today. If you got it in the tank.
I will cast Enhance Ability for Intelligence.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
The visual for that, as like led his way to the door, and as like they walk through the door and he peels up with them, is just an Aaron Sorkin walk, just like through the West Wing, just walking together, talking.
For me, that was a real like high school montage. The couple comes out and the girl peels off one way. And
Dude, I need the stuff.
The thing.
Really gotta bring it.
The thing that I even imagined there was like letters just like, oh no, you can stay. Neppy and Callie are already gone. They've already like they're.
You're.
And they're giggling.
Absolutely.
I rarely see you concerned maybe isn't the correct word, but concerned like this. Letters to talk to a person.
Well, it matters. I think we're the first outsiders that didn't try to kill these people, and first impressions make a big difference. I'm just gonna review my spell book before I go over. Make sure I know what's up. Organize it a bit. It's a little loose.
You're gonna review your spell book?
Yeah, I'm gonna review my spell book. Just get in order, because I know where everything is. But if someone else takes a look at it, then like there's like I just know everything that's on each page, but there's not exactly an organizational system. I know some people do it by level, some people do it alphabetically, but yeah. So
this is like the equivalent of when somebody mentioned that they were going to Clack's room, and he's like, no, like I just need to clean up in there for a sec before. Don't come in.
No, I know what's in his room. It's not that, but it's like a professional courtesy type thing. But anyway, I'll catch up with you. Just no one's here, so I'm gonna do that here and then.
Just study there.
Okay.
Damn. As a point of order. Oh, sorry. Sean, were you?
Yep. And once Kokanee is gone, he's gonna start flipping through his book. Oh, that's where I put Burning Hands. Letters is going to cast Enhance Ability on himself for investigation, and I would like to investigate this room just to see if the Ring of Mind Shielding is here.
Okay. Make an investigation check. So you head down into the Crystal Hollow.
Yeah, that's where we're hanging out, right?
Yeah. Well, they came out. They came out into kind of the main temple area.
I don't understand the geography. In my mind, it was one linear path, but yeah,
there's the main temple is kind of.
I go to the place. I go to wherever that happens. I would like to go.
You go in. You see Aura is kind of like sitting over the body.
Oh fuck, he's there. Shit. Sorry, I just dropped something. I'm like, I gotta look around. I might have dropped it. 1 second. That's gonna be 12 plus 4, 16. It's gonna be a 38 for investigation.
38. Yeah, you look through, and while it seems that most of what Rysel had on him is gone, you kind of sift through some of the rubble of the Orphia, and you see the ring of mind shielding.
Huh.
I would like to put it on.
Okay.
Do.
There is only silence.
All right. And while I've got the hour, I'll go see What's Sepenthus. I'll go see Sepenthus.
As you walk out, you hear a voice in your head. It is distant. Do. As you see some of the crystals kind of shimmer faintly.
Join me in the Warlock Town.
Wait, fuck. I feel like I'm ruining the moment, but is this a one-time thing or can we still talk?
You can try to speak.
No, that's what he's saying into the ring.
Yes,
through his mind. He knows the score.
Of course, we can talk.
Sick! Yo, how are you? Yo, that was sick! You did so good!
Thank you, Letters. It's different. But thank you.
I mean, thank you. You're welcome. So you're just...
You freed me from that ring. It was a prison. I had been in there for thousands and thousands of years, sitting with an anger that had consumed me. Finnan helped me see things from a different perspective. But I wouldn't have gotten there without you as well.
Well, I made you a promise. So. Anyways, now that I know you're here, I'll visit you all the time. This is really exciting. I can only talk to you in this room, or is this... I don't know how this works. After death is Neppy's thing. Are you dead? Or... Because you're in the dead room.
No.
Or are you just a part of... Okay, I'll let you say it.
I'm not sure either, but at the moment I am somewhere else. But I believe I can communicate sometimes through Sarahsight. But I am amongst the stars at the moment.
Am I praying to you right now? Is that what's happening?
I've never been much one for prayer, so.
Me neither, but I mean, if I can pray to you, then I might start, you know what I'm saying?
I suppose you could.
All right, I'll make sure I grab a chunk of this stuff before I go.
Maybe not
cool.
From this room. Just a word to the wise.
I mean, Aura's right there. He'd see me.
It's a sacred room.
I mean, look, it's not gonna happen. We don't have to entertain hypotheticals. I'm just very glad that you're doing good.
I'm getting there.
All right, well, that offer for if you ever want to stop in at the Blackwater Bar and Grill, we can have some scrambled eggs, and just, I don't know if you need to eat anymore or whatever, but you come on down.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll make my way over to the office with whatever's left of my super brain.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Neppy when I have a chance.
Okay. So yeah, you come back up and you head off with Serpentis out the door and kind of you're brought around to one of the larger kind of spire-like buildings. Yeah, Callie, you and Neppy have kind of pulled away and you're heading towards the square, where you can see there's kind of festivities have broken out. It seems like everybody has kind of put their day on hold, while everything is sort of being taken in.
If we'd have seen letters peel off after talking to Kokanee, we likely would have ambled and waited for him so he wasn't just wandering alone in the city, I'm assuming, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Callie's gonna link arms with Neppy.
Yes.
As they're walking. You know you matter as much as the rest of us, right?
Of course. I know I matter.
I know you matter. And I know it's your job in this group to keep us up.
Yes.
I don't know. And I know I throw myself in front of people to no end.
You do.
I guess it's a reminder to myself too, but
That what? That you also matter as much as everyone else.
as much as but I guess what I'm trying to say scares me sometimes. Watching
What
you
does?
out there.
Why?
I'm sure you're safe. And you're keeping yourself safe as well as you keep everyone else safe. And you're really good at it. I just think I fear more that if I don't think it's going to happen to any of us, but I think my fear is if someone is going to be, if we're not going to be able to bring someone back, I'm scared it's going to be you. I guess it's after the rift, when I couldn't save you. I know letters got you. Two things. One, I never want to feel that again with anyone, but having to choose or not being able to do anything. Two, I know you're going to tell me that I don't have to. I already know what you're going to say. But I'm sorry for turning my back on you there. And I've been trying really hard to make it up.
I've noticed. I'm quite perceptive.
Yeah.
If it is... Well, yes, it is my job to keep you all up. It is my job to uphold the balance more than anything else. It is part of my title. I am the arbiter of the balance. And there will come a time when death comes for us all. There will come a time where we let go of this life and make our way to the next one, whatever is held for us. There is far, far more in the arms of her grace than I could ever imagine. Kelly, I hope, I know we've talked about death before.
Yeah.
And it is one thing to fear death. That is, I think that is an aspect of humanity. We are, when you come in touch with your mortality, there is an essence of fear to it. Because for many it is the great unknown. It is the eternal space beyond all that we know. But, so me telling you not to fear your death would be pointless. But Kelly, I hope that you do not fear my death.
I don't fear my death. I fear everyone else's.
That's the funny thing about death. Sometimes it comes when you least expect it. Sometimes it comes absolutely expected. Sometimes it is wanted. Sometimes it is wished for. Sometimes it is abhorred or abjured. But there is a peace in knowing that it happens. You also walk and carry the ability to reverse that cycle. And what a power in that. You get to take the hands of death and say, no, not now. Not this moment. Not this way.
I just already lost an order before. I know what that feels like.
I can't imagine.
I just don't want to leave. Or I guess not leaving. I just don't want to have to bring anyone else that I love back from a battlefield. Not being able to bring them back.
There is so much of me that would like to assuage you, comfort you, and tell you that that'll never happen. But I don't think that's what's necessary in this moment. And it is certainly not something I could ever promise you. That may happen. It may. And that too is all right. It will not feel it. As you know.
Yes, I do.
But I'm thinking back to the words I told you in Khmer on your wedding day. We have the gift of time. And if we spend all of it worrying and languishing in the fear of unknown, you miss the true joy of living. Because there is such a vitality to life, such wonder. And it is my hope that one day, when death comes for me, that I will have lived the most wonderful, fulfilling, extraordinary life. Because I already have. This is so much more than I ever thought that I would ever get for myself, I ever deserved. I didn't even know I wanted it. And now that I have it, nobody can take it from me. We seize life. And we honor death. So that we may uphold the balance between the two. And there's no way that I'm ever leaving you down in a battlefield. You know that, right?
Yes. I hope you know that too.
I do. And you be careful with that thing you can do now.
What thing?
I watched you step in front of me when the bodies were trying for my mind. You be careful with that. Sometimes death doesn't like to feel cheated.
Very good at cheating. Death
I've seen
may
you in
not know.
I've seen you in a bar. I don't doubt it.
Can we go to one?
Here.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go grab Kokanee. Let's go find a bar. Come on.
Okay.
We'd go back and find Kokanee and go just wander through the town and just like explore.
I would like to believe, Tim, can I make a survival check to find the greasiest bar?
You're muted, darling.
Muted.
The greasiest bar? Yes.
Kelly loves the greasy bar.
absolutely.
If Kokanee and Neppy are letting Kelly find the bar,
Yeah, absolutely.
no way she's gonna go to a nice one.
Taking the
Wait.
homeschool kids to the bar.
Pro tip: you're gonna want to pick the third greasiest bar. You don't want to go to the greasiest bar in any city.
You're not there.
You're not there.
No, just
Roll.
for us as
I'm
people.
going
Roll for Grease.
Oh, for
Roll for
everybody
Grace.
in life.
Investigation check.
Tim, I'm going for I'm gonna give you 2 bars and I'm going between I want to hit right between the Met and pub 3 like 40. I want right in the middle of the ground there. That's gonna be
Last time I went to pub 340, there was just a dude in a devil costume, and it wasn't Halloween. He was just in a full, like the onesie with the horns
Yes,
and a
tracks.
little tail.
the first time I went there was a 92-year-old woman sitting at the bar and we just talked.
Something for everybody. Something for everybody.
That's gonna be a 24.
24.
24 for Grease.
Yeah, you can see, like, you have a nose for a dive bar.
Yeah,
It doesn't take you too long. You kind of head back out towards near the entrance of where you came into the city. Which you can see there's a number of kind of cave entrances that kind of lead into that open, like front part of the city on the other side of the courtyard. But you kind of head up one of the paths and you see that kind of like the road up kind of splits off and there's kind of like a mid-tier just above the kind of center square. And there's a number of buildings kind of carved into the stone, and you take a little bit and you find between 2 of the buildings, there's like stairs down into like a lower chamber behind. And you find yourself kind of in a quieter, like almost looks like a carved alleyway. And there's a number of other kind of shops. It's like a little bit danker in here. You can see there's like mushrooms growing and things like that. And you can hear and smell, like the thing that really hits you is the like smell of alcohol. It's not an alcohol you're familiar with, but there is sort of that like kind of hard, like a tang, I would say, that you're like, oh, there's some strong booze around here. And you head down and you find you can just see, and you see the door kind of swing open a bit, and you see the kind of corner of a bar, and you just get this like waft of like yeast kind of coming up from below as you head down. You see like a sign, like carved into the stone. It says Uvrod's hole.
Perfect.
What I need to
we-
know, Tim, what are the odds that Yana and Clack are already there?
Just roll a D100 for me, please.
Cool.
As we walk through the door, I cast protection from poison on Kogani.
That's a 40.
Yeah. So you walk in and you hear a familiar. As
Get
you see
out of here.
Yana and Clack at a high table on the other side, and you see there's a handful. There's probably like 15 people in here, kind of in various states. You
Oh,
see
you're gonna
there's
say drinks on the table.
oh yeah, there is drinks on the table. But you see there's like dwarves and some elves as well, some drow. Kind of all like some just like slumped over the bar.
I love it.
You can see there's two drow kind of in the corner. And you can see they're like kind of hunkered over, and you just see they keep like popping up minor illusion of like different, like it's just them giving each other the finger in different ways.
Incredible.
And then they're taking shots.
Is this some sort of fucking Aelyrian game where it's like chess?
I don't know. And you see a Clack and Yana there, and you see the bartender is a dwarven man. You can see with like dark brown skin and kind of like curly black hair that's kind of pulled into like a number of braids on the top of his head. And you can see like thick bulging arm muscles, and like the bar is wide enough, but you can see he's a pretty portly fella. And he's like pouring from a large cask into like large steins. It seems to be like there's kind of one drink here.
I love it.
Perfect.
And he goes, "You're not from around here, are you?
I'm not, but I feel at home. Can I get 3 drinks?
Come on
please?
in." Yeah, of course. And you see he kind of pours it out and slides it over to you. It's like a darkish, kind of grayish liquid.
Yeah.
There's a bit of foam, but you're not sure what it is.
Does it smell alcoholic or like
Oh, yeah.
off?
I'm gonna drink it immediately.
Oh.
Okay, you drink it. I'll have you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Yeah. Before you described it, Tim, I rolled a D8. There are 6 drinks on the table between Yana and Clack.
You guys are drunk. You guys
Yeah.
are drunk.
I'm arm wrestling Clack
Yeah,
for
Clack's
sure.
drunk, for sure.
This 19.
19. It is like earthy. It is like it is not sweet at all. It is alcoholic, but it tastes like it tastes very mushroomy. It's like a lot of umami, and then like a hard hit of alcohol.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Okay.
But like as it kind of like goes down, it's not bad. It's like it feels almost like an alcoholic broth. It's a little weird.
Okay.
And it is room temperature. It's not cold.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna drink that. Also would love to find someone to play drinking games with. I'm gonna
Tim, have to ask the viscosity. How
It's thin. It's not as thick as you would think.
Okay.
It's
I think that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not a thick drink, but it is very much the closest I can give an approximation is like if you poured a bunch of booze into a vegetable broth.
Okay.
That was more earthy though, like more hearty.
Like a mushroom broth.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're Urad?
Uvrod, ma'am.
Uvrad. Well, it's wonderful to meet you.
Uvrod.
Uvrad.
Yeah, there it is.
It's the accent. It's butchers a lot of names. What do you call this?
Oh, it's mushroom brew.
Mushroom.
Brew.
Yeah, it's mushroom brew.
What is it? Is it made from mushrooms?
Of course.
Oh, well, if it's made from mushrooms and you brew it here, sounds very. I would love to have one, please. I'm
Right.
assuming the 3 of those are for Kelly.
Hold on.
Sure. You just start like pouring more.
Sure. Yeah, Callie will drink 3 of those.
I'll get one for myself and Danny.
I'm actually, if you don't mind me grabbing something from the bag, I'm going to head out just for a bit.
Yes.
But I'll come back and catch up.
Sounds good. I just hold the bag open.
Stick my hand in and pull out something wrapped in cloth.
Okay.
I'll be in a workshop.
Yes, of course.
I'll
Let
head
me
out.
know if you need anything, all right?
I will.
Okay. Yeah, and I down it.
Okay, yeah. Make a
When in-
Constitution saving throw.
When in Ceva Aelyria. Oh, Constitution saving throw, and I'm within 10 feet of Callie.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to help me much. Let's
Pretty much
see.
anywhere
plus
in
one.
this bar is pretty much 10 feet away from
I
Callie.
love that. This reminds me of
Not
the
big.
narrow. This reminds me of the
Yeah,
narrow.
absolutely.
But just everyone gets like just
Oh.
from being around me.
What a
everyone's
flashback.
just like-
That's a natural 20
Oh yeah.
for a
It's
25.
really
Perfect.
good. You're like, ooh, it's complex. It's way more complex than you thought it would be.
This
There's
is
like you start to
delightful.
pick out all the different notes of like earth and like all the kind of like different sort of mushrooms that are in it.
This is wonderful. Do the mushrooms grow around here?
Yeah, just out in the alley there.
Oh, I love
Wonderful.
All
this.
kinds.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to go sit with my friends. I might be back for another.
Okay.
And I go sit with
Okay.
Yana and Clack.
Tim, can I go over to the
Neppy, you're here? Whoa! When did you get here? She did not see you come in at all. She wouldn't have normally, I'd like to point out, but
Oh, hey, Neppy. Hey.
Can I insight check Clack? Does he want me to leave? Does he want Can I insight
Sure, make an insight check.
29.
Absolutely, he wants you to leave. He's like absolutely bummed out that you're here.
I'm going to make the look like I'm getting a message of sending in my head.
Oh,
Oh, Kokanee forgot something in the bag. I'll be back in a
Cool.
moment.
cool. Okay,
So-
yeah, we'll be here. Bye.
I'm gonna go just kind of like make for the door, but I'm assuming that the second I leave, they look back at each other and they don't even notice me. So I'm just gonna peel off and go find like a
100%,
roundabout way to go
100%.
find
Yana does
Callie.
Okay.
not.
Cal-
Tim, hold on. I need to know if I win the arm wrestle against Clack.
Ooh, make an athletics check.
Ooh.
is he gonna
Where's my book? I haven't even looked at my stats all night, guys. I've just been watching you beautiful D&D players.
Never seen a stat before. What are
I
I don't
dice?
know
rolled
where
the
my
dice
book is, yo.
I rolled a dice to find a bar.
I've not rolled all night. Okay, we're going to D&D Beyond. Give me a second, guys. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be much. I think we're looking.
And you're
In here.
muted.
Oh, I'm
There you
muted.
go.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
I think we're looking at a 5 or a 7.
Okay.
It's definitely not over at 10. I'll tell you
I
that.
rolled twice. So I rolled the athletics check, and then I rolled just a straight charisma check to see if Clack would realize if winning this was a good idea or not. And he did not. So you like as you're doing it, he's kind of like and then he just slams your arm down with like pure force. And then he sort of realizes he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's got a
I
gravel
was
boy
so
thing.
cool. I didn't know you were strong, Clack.
No, it's just I've done a lot of these in the gravel pit, and it was like a reflex. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I wouldn't want you to hold back.
No, I wasn't gonna hold back. I just didn't want to hurt your hand or anything.
Is her hand hurt? She
make
rolled a
a-
9, by
what's-
the way.
No, you're like it like did slam against the table, but you don't take any actual damage. But there, like you felt it for sure. You rolled a
That's fine.
19.
Oh my god.
Of course he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
He's a
I'm
freaking
sorry,
rock.
I'm sorry. And he kind of like takes your hand with both of his hands. I'm sorry.
It's okay. She does not take her hand away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Laura Club, you better be getting that down.
As Neppy, like as Callie clocks Neppy coming over, she'll pull a chair so Neppy can sit beside her. But Neppy, Callie has gone over to the two people minor illusion middle fingers to each other, and she's pulled out her like pipe of monsters.
Okay.
And I'm
I
just
forgot
gonna
you had that.
I only bring it out in bars. And I'm gonna start just like putting up monsters that we fought, like in response to their middle fingers that they're throwing
You
up.
see them like both kind of like, oh, ho, okay, okay. And you see the one like he's like, and he kind of like swirls his hand, and you see the minor illusion changes from like a vision of his hand into like what looks like a like kind of large hunched over troll, and it's like familiar actually. You've seen a troll, or you initially think it's a troll, but you realize that it is not a troll. You have seen one of these in Under Barmwich. This looks like a cave giant. You see it kind of like, it's like large tusks, kind of like looks up at you and is like, with both of its hands.
I'm gonna bring up an elephant.
Do you give it giving the finger?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're like, oh. And the other one's like, okay. And then he's like, you see he like waves his hand, and you see the image of like a beholder kind of come up with its eye stalks, and the eye stalks kind of hang for a second and then all turn into tiny little middle fingers.
Callie just gonna do this.
He's
Like,
You just continue to play this dumb game.
Yes.
They're just like ordering more drinks.
Neppy only has one. Neppy's gonna have one drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Callie will keep having them.
I would wander for a little bit, and then I'd ask someone. I'd find someone and be like, sorry, excuse me. Could you give me a list of the 3 like dingiest bars in the city?
Oh yeah, that would be Volwyn's menagerie is pretty gross. Uvrad's hole is.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna stop you there. That's almost certainly where they've gone. That's I can tell you that for certain. That anything that's called somebody's hole, you're gonna find Blackwater. Thank you very much. I'm gonna ask for directions. Oh, sorry. Actually, wait. Sorry.
I can take you there. I can take you there if you want.
Sure. Thank you.
Like, and like she like grabs your hand. And you see like a beautiful drow woman. She looks to be in kind of her mid-20s.
Yes.
Yes.
She's wearing kind of simple leathers, and like she's got kind of short cropped, almost like a pixie cut, and she's got like pretty bright purple eyes.
Just out of interest, it's a weird icebreaker, but how do you feel about superfluous heads?
I mean, like I've heard the stories of Moros Vike. It's like pretty freaky.
Cool. Yeah, let's go to the hole.
Okay. She rolled poorly on her insights. She's like, okay. Thank you, by the way. And she like pulls your hand as she leads you like over to Uvrad's hole. So Kokanee, you find a forge. There's a number of forges. But you find one.
I am not looking for the dingiest, grossest one, to be clear.
It's a shame.
You find a forge just off the other side of the square. You can see there is one drow working at the moment. You can see a shirtless drow man is kind of like royal purple skin. And you can see he's like just wearing an apron and kind of like thick leather pants. As he's like just pulled out what looks like a tool hammer, like an artisan hammer, as he kind of like lays it down to cool in a bucket of water. He kind of pulls, he's got goggles on, and he kind of pulls back as he turns to you. Can I help you?
Yes, I have a bit of an odd request. My name is Kokanee Lightkeeper. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Valerian. Thunderhorn.
Valerian Thunderhorn. It's quite the name. I was wondering if I could convince you to let me work here for just a few minutes. I just need access to a forge.
I was going to say you look a bit old to be an apprentice and a bit traveled.
You're not wrong about that. I'm very, very far from home and need to get a little bit of work done.
Until, well, sure. I mean, what do you need?
I come with most of my own tools, just access to an anvil and some heat for a little while.
All right.
Maybe a spot. It's a little secluded, preferably.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much what you see is what you get. But I don't expect to have any other customers today. Everybody's out celebrating. I'm just trying to get the last bit of work done. If you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I am from Wolfreen. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
I
guess a better question, how did you find yourself here?
Well, I have assumed that you've heard about the occurrences of the day.
Of course.
I travel with Finn.
Ah. Well, of course then. Come on in.
Thank you so much.
I was just about to take a bit of a break myself.
I'll find sort of like a corner, and slowly and methodically, pull out Argad's tinkering tools and roll them out, and a couple of small hammers that I have, and sort of through that methodical, careful process, pray a little bit to Arathis.
Okay. Make a religion check for me.
That will be a 24.
Nice. So yeah, you feel your chest start to glow. You can kind of just faintly see it through your shirt as you kind of feel that glow and that warmth emanate through you.
I would just talk to myself.
You start to see the structure of the thing that you're making start to kind of appear before you.
Yes, and as I sort of start planning on making it, and I just sort of am chatting. I hope that you are well. I hope that you're happy with how things are going here. I'm glad to hear it. It seems like word of you is spreading well. That you bring a lot to a lot of people. Is there a new god amongst your midst today?
Not entirely, but there is a powerful being who has come into being.
Is that a problem?
Not at the moment. I'll be honest, I am having trouble ascertaining the nature of this thing.
It is, as far as we know, quite a complicated story.
I suppose it remains to be seen.
That it does. And I'll sort of, as I'm just talking, I'll get to work and sort of, as usual, do some of my own work. And, I think it's sort of like 50-50. We're chatting and also both doing a bit of work.
Yeah. Valerian's like, you weren't talking to me, right? I was only half listening, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, that's all right. Those are some fine tools you have.
They are. They're quite nice. I found them in I guess I found them not that long ago in a old lost city.
I'd love to hear the story.
Well, once I finish this, we can chat.
All right. I will have you make a tinkering check for me.
Yeah, for sure. I would. Can I cast guidance on this?
Yeah, absolutely. And you have advantage, I believe, with the tools. Those
Yeah, I
special
do.
tools. Yeah.
Okay, so guidance. Give me that advantage. Tinkering is dexterity. Okay.
Or
intelligence or wisdom.
this would be. I would say this would be dexterity because this is more sort of fine work.
Okay.
This is less like complex work. Sometimes it's intelligence, sometimes it's dexterity or strength.
That'll be a
This is something
28.
that's a bit- yeah. So yeah, you take the time and you have a very clear vision of what you want this thing to be, and you're able to kind of work the metal fairly well, and shape it into a band, preserving the runes on it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, then I will sit with him for a little bit and chat.
Yeah, so you kind of chat with Valerian for a while, and he kind of tells you about he kind of gives you a bit of a window into sort of day-to-day life in Ceva Aelyria and his work as well.
What does he mostly do?
He is a smith, primarily deals with like tools, like artisan tools, and kind of specialized tools and things like that. He has done a bit of armor, but it's kind of like it's something that his family is known for armoring, but it's not something that's needed a lot. So he has the skill, but does not get to exercise it very often. But he's an armorer by trade.
So he makes like small tools, or like you're talking about like shovels and pitchforks?
At the moment, he's making a lot of of small tools, or smaller or more kind of like specific for stonework, and things like that, like picks and hammers and things like that.
These are they well made? Yeah, these are quite well made.
Thank you. I love my work. It's a family business.
They're you can tell in the craftsmanship. You stuff like this, forged by every single hit, is a little bit of your expression into the work. And so you can tell if somebody's just going through the motions or whether somebody's got a passion for it.
Thanks.
Tools are my favorite personally. You're giving the people, the ability to make stuff themselves.
Exactly. Sometimes I joke that every time that I make one of these hammers, I put myself out of work.
I'd like to think if you're making hammers like this, every time you make a hammer, you're putting the lesser smiths out of work. Making room for the ones who are passionate enough to care for such excellent hammers.
Yeah. I like making armor. That's my favorite. I don't get to do it very often, but
well, maybe seems like today was a big change for a lot of people here. Maybe it changes a little bit that too. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, please.
I was gonna say that's an interesting symbol you have around your neck.
It's and it's sort of like, because it's like under my shirt, I'd like sort of lift it over.
I could see the outline through your shirt. I wasn't trying to be nosy or anything.
No, please. I
Perilously thin shirt.
It is. It's been mended many times. It is as beautiful as the day it was bought, to be clear. I am the. You guys haven't left here in ever really, have you?
Millennia.
Do you know of the gods?
Not really. We're not really a. We don't really subscribe or worship a lot. We commune with our ancestors, and that's how we gain guidance if we need to seek it.
That is an amazing gift that you have.
Yes.
The ability to know those who came before you.
In a way, yes. Sometimes it's fragments, sometimes it's more, but we rely on the collective memory of our people.
Well, I am a cleric of Arathis. She is the goddess of civilization, the creation of things with your hands in a lot of ways. She is what brought me into forging in the first place, to tinkering. She is one for the creation and care of fine things, and appreciates the passion of people who are willing to put the time in.
Yeah, she sounds like an interesting lady.
She is quite that. Would you like to make something with me?
Sure. I mean, what are you thinking?
Oh, what are you working on?
Well, I just finished that. That hammer's all set. I just have to set it into the handle. Shouldn't be too hard.
Well, why don't I? You mentioned I'm a little old to be an apprentice, but why don't I?
All right.
Why don't I practice a little bit?
You, grab the hammer from the bench over there,
Sure.
or the handle, and kind of you come over to like a fine kind of woodworking bench, and you can see there's like a beautifully carved wooden handle. Now, be careful with that. Wood's hard to come by around here, so.
Maybe not for long. If you're ever looking for stuff being brought into town, if you guys are open to that, let me know.
I mean, I would love that. We could definitely use some more supplies.
I know a guy.
All right. Hold it there, and
I'm going to cast enhance ability on him.
Okay.
For wisdom.
Okay. So you see,
as he goes about making this,
he takes the head of the hammer that has been cooling off, and you can see like it is nearly complete. As he takes a hot iron from the forge, and you can see he places it in the center where it will adhere to the wood, and you can see he kind of like heats it up. And he waits, a couple minutes, and you can see the inside of the hole start to get kind of red hot. And he goes, "All right, here we go." And he takes the tongs, and you can see he kind of brings it over to like just hovering it over top. And you can see he holds the tongs with one hand, and he takes a large mallet, and he strikes it down onto the head of the hammer. And you can see it like sinks perfectly, and he goes, "Quick, into the water."
I do as told.
As you kind of sink it in, you can see the metal kind of shrinks up around the wood that has now kind of expanded, and then with the heat, and it kind of seals it in place. And you can see he takes out a bit of wax and resin, and kind of like rubs down the top of it to seal it off. Well, it's not so bad for a hammer.
It's fine work.
Thank you.
I have no idea how long we'll be in the city, but I would like to talk again, maybe do some work if,
I'd like that too.
I'm not pulled otherwise.
Yeah, stop by anytime.
Will do. And I'll head out.
All right. So back at the hole, Uvrad's hole, you'll find yourself as Finnan arrives, and actually Letters, you are up with Serpenthus.
Correct.
As she leads you into her study, you can see it's the top floor of this kind of taller, kind of spire-like building, and you can see that like it's domed with glass that kind of overlooks like there's like sericite formations above it, and you can see the entire inside is like there's a large desk in the center, and the stairway kind of comes up, and there's bookshelves that kind of surround all the way around, but they are there isn't any books. It's all scrolls. You can see they're like scroll holders kind of all the way around. This is my workshop, or study, I should say.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Are these each individually magic scrolls? Is that how you keep them, or?
Some are magical spells. Many of them are histories. I spend time communing with our ancestors, and I take down what notes I can about our histories.
That is very cool. You're going to want to talk to Neppy. She's going to love that. Yeah. Oh boy, is that up? Oh, that's up her taking notes from dead people. That's like such a perfect. That's peanut butter and chocolate right there. Anyway, sorry. This we found it in Sirang Dune. It's the magnifier. You say. I would love to help figure out what it does, but I'm not sure we can stay here for too long. I made a promise to a fellow who's trying to get his beloved out of slavery, so I don't know. We might be leaving in the morning or something. I don't know.
Well,
but you talk. Take the reins.
I can send someone to retrieve a shard of sericite that will be appropriate. We may have to have something filed down to the right size, but I can have somebody work on it right away. It shouldn't take too long. I can have one of my students take care of it. In the meantime, we can talk, and I can tell you a bit more of the nature of sericite.
That would be great. Look, my friend is really into sericite, and he's all about it, and I am still very fuzzy about it. That is awesome. Yeah.
Right. So you see she kind of heads down and then comes back up a little, like 5 minutes later. One of my students is tending to the shard. But this crystal, from what I've been able to ascertain from our ancestors, it was discovered during a time called the Awakening in this planet's history, a time many millennia ago. And it's able to give the gift of the arcane to some. And our ancestors, along with many others, used it to level the playing field. At the time of the Awakening, before that, magic was reserved only for the pious. Most folks had no access to it. So our ancestors were able to harness the dormant magic inside of it, and it awoke something in the Aelyrians.
When you say it can allow folks to tap into magic, or it's got its own dormant magic, and we've seen that it has the capacity to magnify magic, have you ever tried using it to magnify the abilities of someone who's magical already?
Yes, that is the nature of my study.
Okay, so roll me through this. One of your students comes in, they're like, I can cast minor image, and you're like, I love that. Boom, pop it on them. Now they're casting major image. Is that the kind of thing we're talking about?
I haven't been able to crack it just yet. It can be volatile. That is why I believe the Aelyrians created these amplifiers to separate themselves and remove the dangerous element. If it goes off or if something goes wrong, it just breaks the shard. But there is a chance if you're using it on yourself, you can damage yourself.
I see. That's good research.
It is exciting and it can be dangerous.
Exciting and dangerous are two of my favorite things. Well, cool. Yeah, love the research. I'd love to be a part of that. I would love to be a part of that.
Can I show you something?
Well, sure.
She kind of walks over to one of the scrolls and she kind of pulls it out. This is a spell that I developed. It came to me in one of my sessions communing with an ancestor. And it was one that I was able to empower, as it were, to make stronger into a new spell. I named it after the ancestor who gave me the original knowledge, but if you don't mind, I'd love to show you.
That sounds great. That's so up my alley.
Okay.
I love
so she
this
kind of rolls
professional
out the scroll.
partnership.
You see, like, her face kind of like, right. And she kind of collects herself.
Real boundaries.
And you see she kind of like pulls out something from her cloak, like a small totem. And you see her kind of utter an incantation. And you watch as kind of spectral wings ascend from her back. This is the most visible effect, but there are others, I can assure you.
Great. You did that yourself?
Yes.
Sick. Show me.
Yeah.
Blow some stuff up or do your thing. Don't be shy.
She like, you can see she like kind of puts her staff aside, and she grabs a spear that's leaning up against one of the like the scroll cases, and she kind of pulls it over, and with like lightning speed, you can see she like gets off like 2 attacks, one kind of close to your head, another kind of like close to your leg. It enhances some abilities. If you'd like, you are welcome to copy it into your spellbook.
I would love that. Thank you.
Of course.
I mean, if you see anything you like in here, I haven't come up with anything. I've been working on, Skywrite. I've been thinking Skywrite, but what if it was on fire? I haven't had the time to develop it yet, but I think it's going to be big. I think we're calling it Firewrite. It sounds better in my head. I'll figure it out. Skyblaze? Fuck. Look, thank you very much. And yeah, take a gander yourself.
Of course. She kind of flips through your notes slowly.
Oh, shit. Neppy would kill me if I didn't ask. Have you ever heard of a people, they look elvish, they only communicate through singing? Not from around here. Plainly.
See, she kind of furrows.
There's that ship that's frozen outside your front door. If You ever took a walk outside?
Yes. And she kind of goes over, and you can see she pulls out a scroll and kind of starts scanning through it. The first refugees that came here, they had a prisoner with them. I'm not exactly sure when they took this prisoner, but there isn't much beyond that. I admittedly, I haven't explored the ship.
Oh, we did. Does a evidently magical, but we're not sure how yet, lyre, harp, what is it, Tim? Help me
Mandolin.
out. Mandolin mean anything to you?
No, but if you were to bring it to me, I can tell you a bit more about it. I have some ivory here.
Oh, you and Neppy, like, oh, this is gonna, yeah, for sure, we'll do that.
Very well.
Okay.
And you spend the afternoon. Do you stay there or do you head out?
I'm gonna fucking write this spell down for sure.
Okay, so you take the time.
It's gonna take me like the whole day.
Okay, so yeah, you spend the time there with her, and the rest of you.
As soon as Finnan got to the bar, he'd be like, "I know it's late, but this should be pretty quick."
No, do your thing. We're okay. Do your thing.
He'd immediately be like, "Thank you so much for showing me how to get here. I need to talk to my friend really quickly," and I'm gonna walk over to Neppy and be like, "Neppy, I got a question for you. I also got a question for Kokanee. Is he around or?"
He wandered off a little while ago. He said he had to go work on something. What can I help you with?
How hard would it be to get a piece of Bahamut?
What?
No, okay. Yeah, I should probably look. So
back up, just a couple steps.
Yeah.
Fill me in on your process.
I want to make something that lasts longer than me. I'm probably going to last a while now, but like, I want to make something that represents unity and Relauven and Rysel. And I came up with an idea, and I summoned the spear of Relauven. The spear of Relauven, and I place it against the bar. I might have to go looking for it, or maybe I can get a ring that's similar, but I summon a silent image of the ring that was on Rysel, but it is inlaid with a band of sericite, and on the inside it's carved with the ring of Rysel, and then I place my hand forward, and the tooth of Tiamat falls in it. And then from the tooth, it morphs into a sword, which is a long blade with a sericite pommel, and its crossguard is two dragon heads going up the blade, breathing fire. Unity's Edge. It's just an idea for now, and I'm probably going to have Magrin help me.
I was going to say, I am
No, I was going to talk to Kokanee about that as well. But part of making Unity's Edge, I'm going to use the tooth of Tiamat. I'm going to use sericite to represent unity.
Of course.
And I wouldn't, like, I'd ask for it. I'm not going to, like, steal it or anything, but would there be a way to get something to represent Bahamut? Truly represent the unity?
From my recollection, the paladin of Bahamut that was at the Godsbros, she would obviously know more than anything else. She was obviously a chosen. If her name was Cressida? Cassandra? Tim?
It was Cressida.
Hold on.
For reference, I did a quick scribble.
Let me find the Godsbrawls. Let me find the Godsbrawls.
Tim, I'm not back yet at this point, am I?
You'd be getting there pretty soon.
Sure.
It's a little bit later. They will say there's a bit of time has gone by.
Hold on. Her name is Cassadi. Cassadi, Cassadi Cresthorn. I put part of her body back together, so I'm sure she'd remember me if you would like me to reach out at some point.
That'd be lovely. And I was hoping, maybe don't tell Letters about the ring, because I was gonna, if I could make it, if I could find it and make it, I was gonna make it a gift for him, or I was going to enhance it, or I was going to turn it into the ring of Rysel, and it's his ring to begin with. It's not really a gift.
Speak to him about it. Huh?
Okay.
I can imagine too that with his desire and drive for knowledge, that he might be able to help a little bit. If the three of you, Magrin included, put your heads together, I'm sure there's nothing you can't accomplish. Also, I know I tell you a lot. Finn and I am so proud of you. She's gonna like take your jaw, kind of turn it a little bit, like she's.
Oh, it's a little stiff on that side.
Well, Finn and Boreal. There was a time a little while ago where I sprinkled some powdered silver on you and said you'd grown. But you are a man now. You are your own man. And no one can ever take that from you.
Some might even say twice the man I once was.
How well, we haven't met Bracia yet. We can't assume gender, can we?
You know what, you're right. Yeah, it's very true. That's going to be really weird, Neppy. I'm like quite scared.
I mean,
it'll be good. It'll be fine.
Someone who identifies as a woman, it's not bad.
Oh no, I'm not worried whether there be like a woman or a man. I'm worried about the fact that I'm going to have a second head. I think you're missing the point on like what I'm scared about. Gender, I couldn't give a shit what gender the head is. Like, it really doesn't bother me past the point that it is an extra head. That's the underlying concern. I don't really like beyond that. Like,
when I was about to leave for, leave Philenis for the first time, literally stand on the steps and walk out into the dune for the first time, she looked at me and said, "Don't worry unless you have to." So until you meet Bracia, until you have two heads, don't worry about it.
And then we can share the worry, so I only have to deal with half of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's using your head.
Oh,
what is
Yanni, you're
saying?
drunk. Get away from here.
I'm not.
Neppy,
That's pretty funny,
That
though.
was the
I got
metagaming pigeon.
Neppy says a couple like
In
a
the
phrase in Infernal. What is that phrase? Is it two heads are better than one?
No, I've heard that one. There's also there's a phrase very common in Wolfreen: "Don't eat a giant's crystal heart, or you might grow another head," and that would be awkward when you're trying to hit on ladies. It's a bit. It doesn't
specific.
It doesn't roll off the tongue very well, but it's very commonly used.
See
in the city.
the drow woman you came with, like, extra head? What?
Hi, yeah, I'm going to grow an extra head. Let's be.
Finnan,
I'm just gonna be.
who's this?
Whoa.
I realized I'd never asked your name, despite the fact that we walked through a city for multiple minutes. What's your name?
My name is Kareth.
Kareth, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Finnan, Finnan Boreal.
I'm Nepentha. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Tim, before I introduce myself, I want to know, how drunk is Callie? Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Just a straight roll. Yeah, disadvantage.
It's a 15.
15. You're drunk. You're a little drunk. You're not like hammered, but you're drunk.
Okay. I'm Callie.
Nice to meet you.
So to explain, I ate the heart of Morris Vike
and it gave me quite a few
Oh.
powers. I'm going to live for a really long time. But a downside to that is I am currently growing an extra head. Hence my earlier
Okay.
question of your opinion on superfluous heads.
I mean, where is it?
Like see this little lump here. That's going to be a head one day.
Oh,
Not sure
okay.
how long that's going to be, but yeah.
well, it's like not right now. So
No, it's not. It's the silver lining
yeah.
of a head.
You know what? I'm gonna grab Callie. I'm gonna put like a gold down on the bar. 2 drinks for these lovely 2 people. Callie, come with me. I want to
As
see the smoke pipe again.
as
You just hear Clack go. That's how Gravel Boys do it.
And I
as,
high five Clack on the way by.
as Neppy and Callie are walking away, Neppy's gonna like lean on Callie and be like, "No, Kamea wouldn't love me with 2 heads."
That's not true.
It is. I called her. It's true.
No,
call
I
her
think
again. Kamea,
Hello?
would you love me if I had 2 heads?
Oh no, sweetheart. No. I mean, if you grew it now, sure. But if we met and you had 2 heads, I don't know.
See, I told you.
no. That's. I mean, truly, in a relationship. Hello, Kamea.
Hello.
Wait, does that mean I have to
I'm just-
find love like immediately, or
Kamea
else
on
I'll
the
be alone
phone.
for the rest of my
Finn,
life?
Go drink your drink with Carrot. Go have fun.
He
Callie,
hears
come this
everything.
way.
It's canon.
I'm also gonna cast sending to Kokanee.
Okay.
Darling, we're having far too much fun for you not to be here. Come back. We miss you.
You hear that as you're like stepping into this mushroomy alley. You're like, oh fuck. As you walk through the door, she finishes
here.
up sending.
Well, then I'm here just in time.
Does she hear this in stereo in real life and in her
Absolutely.
head?
There's a
Yeah.
weird echo. There's a delay. There's a slight
No.
delay.
You know what it is? It's the same thing when Tim talks right
Yeah.
in a Zoom call because I hear him half a second before I hear him in here.
It's a nightmare. I've had her headset on. I don't know how she does this.
Ugh.
Um,
I would like go to Kokanee, put a drink in his hand, a kiss on his cheek, and move him through the bar, steering clear of Finnan and Kareth and Yana and Clap. Neppy is ultimate gravel boy wingman at this point, surveying the scene. It's all good.
Sorry, just to get this, it's right now. Like right now, I'm with the light keepers, but it's Finnan over there with a gal,
Mhm.
Yana and Clack, and Callie's gonna go into an opposite corner. And what time is it in Wolfraine? Before
it's
she
like-
goes to the
Just
corner.
called Kamea.
I know. I'm still on the phone with Kamea.
It's
I
a
just
little bit
need to
later
know.
into the day, so it's later in Wolfrine. It's probably like 9.
Is she working?
No, she's done for the day.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and talk to my wife
Okay.
with drinks. I'm just because everyone's coupled up. I'm just gonna sit and talk. To
Okay.
my
As you're
wife.
sitting there alone, like a little while goes by, and those drow guys are like,
I
She's
love
like,
them.
they give you a bit of time. Like they're like they read the room a bit, but after a little while, they're like, fuck you.
I'd go back over to them and start drinking with them.
Yeah.
I'd teach them some drinking games.
Well,
Does Letters join us at the bar eventually? I guess he doesn't know we're there.
He does not know you
but
are.
he's
I'm
he's
deep
also
in the
gonna-
books.
He's deep
Yeah.
in the books.
So the night wears on. You continue in the revelry. You don't currently have a place to stay. Where would you in the city? If you want to set up the mansion, you can. But it gets later into the night. What would you like to do?
Perhaps we could. Well, we could use a mansion. We could also ask Aura if there is a place where we may use as a domicile for this evening, or at least a place where we could set up the mansion.
Build the mansion door in the bathroom of the hole. So you'll all just go in there and not come out.
I don't want to go in the
till the
bathroom
morning.
of
But
this dive
people-
bar. Are you
No,
kidding
guys.
me?
So
fun.
to
There's
be
graffiti in there.
to be clear, as far as I know, this is still metagaming Pigeon. The mansion is a solid physical door. It's just invisible and unenterable. So if you put it in the washroom, there would be an invisible wall stopping other people from being able to use the toilet.
That's funny.
We're assuming this place has a bathroom.
I
It does.
guarantee you.
It's
next
covered
to
in
an
graffiti.
There
alley.
is a curtain at the back
Oh, it's a curtain.
that does cover.
My kind of diaper.
Tim,
The sign outside of it is Uvrad's dirty hole.
hell yeah.
I hate it and I love it.
Tim, as we hit the end of the night, can Callie make one more Constitution saving throw to see
Absolutely.
where she's at for the end of the night?
This is a disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. You've been drinking all night.
Neppy, shall we
All
catch up with
afternoon.
That's a
afternoon.
7.
We
That's a
started
nat
drinking
1.
at 2.
Yeah. You feel like you're gonna barf up a bunch of mushroom booze. Like
I'm gonna try and hide
soupy
it.
booze is no longer sitting well in your stomach, and you're like you have a choice. Like you can either go into the dirty hole or out the front door, or you can puke right there.
I'm going to pull out my sending. I'm gonna try and hide it. I'm gonna pull out my sending stone, like I'm gonna call Kamea again, and I'm gonna go out into the alley. But I'm gonna try and
that's
hide it from
clever.
everyone.
You just barf all over the stairs.
Oh, it was
like-
my wife.
I like the idea that she does that, activates it by accident. So she just like, so Kamea just is like,
Luck check.
hello, darling, and
no,
all she hears
It's
is
the middle of the night too. It's the middle of the night out there in
Incredible.
Wolfrey.
yes, my love. Oh my lord.
Oh no.
Not again.
Oh, Kelly.
So where
like,
would you
well, I
like to
was
set
just
up?
gonna say really quick, like 3 hours prior to this, when we got in, Neppy, should we catch up with Callie? Looking over at her like a few drinks in.
I mean,
Callie started off with 3.
as in getting absolutely plastered.
Yes.
Yes.
If you started getting plastered, Callie would come over. I'm just saying.
Usually, I mean, you know me. I'm usually the sober sitter at this point.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna be drinking much tonight. I've had a stressful day. I'm gonna probably limit myself to 1. So go nuts.
Neppy, he's a man now.
Man, no. He can
We
make
don't
his own
know-
decisions.
He can make. You don't have to worry about them. Callie's fine.
Tell you what. I grabbed 2 drinks. And I put them between me and Kokanee. If I can finish this faster than you, it's my last one. You can finish that faster than me. You can put as many drinks in front of me as you like, and I will drink until you have to carry me into the mansion.
Oh, this is the most important role of the entire show.
Oh my god.
Both of
I-
you just roll d20s.
Deal.
I just want us all to be drunk together. I want our characters to just all be drunk.
Also, Keisha, if you watch this in the VOD or if you're out there tonight,
Hey, your cursor dice.
Actually,
put a
you know what?
put a dice spell on it.
I need the Arathis dice for this one. This is
Arathis, bless the dice.
This is God's roll.
God's
This is-
roll.
okay, here we go. What'd you roll?
19.
6.
Just smokes you as he just like he puts down this mushroom brew as you've never had a Kokanee and you're like, whoa, this is soupy. Oh, this is boozy.
It's like mushroom Guinness.
Yeah. But you're like, it's not bad. It's like, and you're able to put it down pretty quick. And depends. You struggle a little bit as you're like, that first one hit you harder than you expected, and you're like, oh, I am drunk. You're drunk.
Well,
What percentage are these? Like, of just vaguely.
It's like up there. There's like
Mushroom or
12,
alcohol?
15%.
This is like a big tankard of 12-15%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
well,
Oh,
High Priest, a promise is a promise. So I will be on my word, perhaps more drunk than I was at our wedding, certainly. I might be more drunk than I was when we were in that dive bar when Finn took us there the first time in Wolverine. And you may have to carry me inside of the mansion.
When
Just-
Neppy
that's
gets
on
drunk,
you.
she lore keeps being drunk.
I would order 4 more drinks from the bar.
I would like to say, Neppy said drunk 3 times. It's like Beetlejuice, and Callie's back at the table.
And Neppy goes, all right, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
As you look up,
2 more, please.
As you look up to order more drinks, you see, you turn around as Clack and Yana approach you, and Yana is riding on top of Clack's shoulders, and she's like, "Chicken fight now!
Yeah.
Who's gonna fight me?"
Finn's gonna lean over to his lady friend and be like, there is a non-0% chance that I might have to take care of that at some point during the night. I'm gonna stay relatively sober because, like, we have killed gods before, and it's just terrifying to think about what we can get up. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, and I'm just terrified of like what we are capable of without any, like
supervision.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. I'm really enjoying your company, but there is a chance that I might have to take off and deal with these like god level powerful people.
I
Okay,
lean
well-
over to
blowing up
Callie
the
and
city.
too loudly say, Callie, gods, she's really pretty, isn't she?
It's like you can
How old
see
is
her
she?
like
How old is she?
she looks like she's in her mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
Yeah. Okay. I just. She's really pretty. Also too loud.
I look at her and I go, I mean, they're not wrong.
He's like,
Man, no.
I know you have to supervise them, but I guess hopefully not all night.
Oh, probably not.
Great.
Maybe you can help me for a time, and then we can, once we settle them down, we can figure something out from there.
Sounds great.
The very last sober thing that I would like to do is I'd like to send sending to letters.
Okay.
I just need to. I want the fact that Finnan can now talk to girls is representative of the fact that I finally chose my expertise from like a year ago, and I have expertise in persuasion, and he's finally confident enough to talk to girls.
Oh, make it known,
what's
Lore
this?
Club. Make
What's
it
this?
known.
Narrative mechanics.
Lore Club, take that down.
That's some chat water shit.
Yeah, you can send to
to
letters.
Hey, letters. It's me, Kokanee Lightkeeper. You're going to do whatever you want, but I'm just letting you know we're getting blasted drunk at whatever I don't remember the bar name. I don't remember the bar name. Neppy, that's the end of the spell. I'll cast it again.
Wait.
Neppy, where are we?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I would have cast it right away again.
Okay.
Neppy, where are we?
Ufrad's hole.
Yeah, letters. It's me, Kokanee Lightkeeper again. We're in Wolfrad's hole. So do with that as you will. My fingers are up in a bar. Wow.
Prove it. Saying I'm Kokanee Lightkeeper is exactly what someone would say if they weren't Kokanee Lightkeeper.
I love that you guys keep counting Lightkeeper, and it's killing me. It's killing me. It's one word. It's a name. You're stealing from yourselves.
I'll cast it again. You're right. This is Neppy.
All right, Neppy, I'll be there soon. I'm just finishing up this spell. It's dope. You're gonna love it. I'll see you at the hole. Avrod's hole. Is that what it's called? How many words is that?
Lightkeeper. It's fine.
Serpenthus is like Uvrod's Hole?
Yeah, everyone's down at Uvrod's Hole.
You know that place is gross, right?
I don't, but it sounds like it.
Fascinating.
Have you? Do your friends enjoy psychedelics?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, then they're probably in the right place.
Oh, great.
Before you go,
Yeah.
if you need a place to stay tonight, I have room in the tower for one more, I guess.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. We're about wrapped up here. Thank you very much. It's been a real afternoon. I appreciate everything you've done, and I'm for sure gonna check out that Saracite bread recipe. But I've got to go. I'd love to check up more about that magnifier and whatnot. And Neppy will come along with the fucking harp. What the fuck is it? It's a mandolin. Sorry, we only have drums where I'm from. Every string instrument looks the same to me.
No
is it a
problem.
guitar? Is it a ukulele? Why is there a difference? Anyways, thank you very much. It's been an illuminating evening.
Yes. Well, good night.
It already has been. I'm gonna scootle over.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm just gonna do a little thing. It's just been a long ass day. I'm gonna cast fly. I'm just gonna go up to the very top of the big main cavern, and I'm gonna cast fly twice, so I can just hang out there for like 15 minutes. And I'm just gonna like not sit, I guess just hover with like my legs crossed, and pull out the only other thing that I carry with me, my bag of oats to go. And I'm just gonna like take in the city as everyone's just like celebrating. I'm sitting up by this glowy thing. I'm just gonna sit there and just eat my oats and just breathe for like 15 minutes. And then like put them away. And then I'll ask around about fucking Avard's Hole or wherever the fuck.
Okay. So you see while you're up there, you see the shape of the city. It's shaped like a spear. You now see, now that you have basically an aerial view, you can see that like the kind of entrance area, there's a number of tunnels, but the two roads kind of split off, and the way the cliffs are, it is very much shaped like a spear. As you head down, you find Uvrod's Hole, and as you walk in, those of you who are drunk, Finnan, this does not affect you. You get a little bit, but it's not a lot. But everybody else, the drunk that you feel starts to the walls start to get wavy, and you are hit with a full-blown psychedelic trip.
Yes.
As the real secret to Uvrod's mushroom brew is that it is a psychedelic drink, and it is intense.
This is
And
kava.
Yeah.
Dude, it tastes like mushrooms. It's really earthy. It's just kava.
Yeah.
I've had this before. It's not bad.
And Letters, as you arrive, you can see all your friends just so into what they're doing, and both drunk. And you can see Yane's on Clack's back. It's wild. Do you join in on the drinking?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you continue to party through the night, and as you're kind of yep.
I would just quickly be like, Letter, and I'd see his finger and be like, oh, right. And I just quickly explain what I told to Neppy and just be like, at some point, I'd like to do something about that, but it looks like you've already found what you needed, so.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I was trying to figure out a way to keep a bit of Saracite on me anyways.
Yeah, I want to have something that represents Rysel in this story.
That's really cool.
And in
Cool.
part, represent you. Because without you, Rysel wouldn't have played a part in the story, or at least not a positive one.
All right. I can dig that. Well, I'll leave you two alone.
Yeah, go get really fucked up. It's just fair
Neppy-
warning.
Neppy
It's a
just
drug.
is starting to dance, and she just puts a drink in your hand, and there's just jingling, and she goes, "Come on, let's dance with us."
So as you,
Wait! I'm gonna summon Big B's hand,
Okay.
and that's gonna be my chicken fight. It's gonna go on 2 legs.
Yes. Somebody took the bait.
And I'll be like gripping the palm.
It's
like,
wrist?
The base of the I'll be propped up on the wrist, and I'll chicken fight Clack and Yana.
Oh my god.
All right. So as the night goes on, as you are all drunk, with the exception of you, Finney, you kind of kept a level head. But as it goes on, you kind of hit the like peak of the trip quite late in the night, and Neppy, as you're dancing, you see the 2 drow are still kind of over there making these little like what now seems like much bigger illusions, like these big hands, just like.
Oh, I love that shit.
But you see they start to meld together and like form into a larger thing, and you see this figure walk out and step off the table. As you see these like long, flowy, purple robes and this like white hair kind of pulled back, and you see a braided
just
chin
me?
beard. Yeah. And it's like as he's kind of dancing over to you. And he starts just dancing with you. And then he kind of looks at you. Neppy, I need to speak with you when you get back to Wolfrine.
Adonis.
I'll see you soon, baby. Blows a kiss and like
I
bursts
catch
into
it.
butterflies.
I catch it and blow the butterflies away.
And that's where we're gonna end it for
Wow.
tonight. For the year.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Adonis
so
Here.
cast the coolest sending.
Adonis
Oh.
is a fucking ledge.
That was him astral projecting into my trip.
Absolutely, it was.
Monday is Tim and Yanis, correct?
No, that's on the 28th. We have nothing next week.
Oh, well, we do.
On the
Come
25th.
join us on the 25th.
Yeah.
That's
Join
the
us on
next thing that's coming
Christmas.
up. Join us on Christmas. A couple of us will be around.
At some time.
We'll release what the time is. I'm
Yeah.
kind of coming to an idea of what I want it to be. And we'll just hang out, and we will make a good thing out of maybe a less positive thing. We'll turn it
Hell
into
yeah.
Please
thing
bring
together.
yourself. Bring
your mushroom beer. Get fucked.
Bring your
Just, like,
favorite
get
beverage.
Really fucked up.
Bring whatever food. Bring your dads.
I'm
Wear
going-
your jorts, please.
This is what I promise the internet, is you will see me struggle with the tail end of making a turkey, because I've done it once before and I made egregious errors. I think people were witness to the egregious
Redemption.
areas where I didn't realize you have to defrost a turkey. And so I just put it in the oven overnight.
no.
And so by the time I was done, it had just defrosted. And so I put it on a really high heat. And then my friend Trey and I basically tore the turkey apart, and any bits that were like suspicious, we fried. And it turned out
That's
really
actually not
good.
bad.
It turned out really, really
Okay.
good. But that
Real
was the
turkey
failure.
lemonade.
That was like a consummate failure of making a
You
turkey.
must do
And I'm making
better.
another turkey this Christmas. So Lennon's going to be around to help me. And you can watch both of us struggle to make a turkey.
I can't
Hell yeah.
cook.
We
Yeah, that's the
love
best part.
all of you. And if we don't see you on the 25th, happy holidays. Thank you for being
Absolutely.
with us on this amazing journey. We will see you on the 28th. And truly, from the bottom of our hearts, be safe.
Be safe.
Love you guys. Good night.